I know where you are. Want to jump into that and we'll get things started?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Here's what it leaves you.
So.
Yeah, you were handling. We were dropping the dirt bike off. That's where we were going.
Oh,
back up to the backup
pre-cache
plan.
It, right?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
So
back up to the backup
my
plan.
thing, while my sire's getting ready, doing whatever she's gonna do, I'm gonna mention, bring up his healing and what went on in that. I am assuming you can. My character, I'm assuming, does not know anything about salubri, but he's going to ask her about.
I don't think she knows anything about salubri, truthfully. Not really, because she's still youngish, as it is, and that's not as widespread of facts
at this point anymore.
As people would think. So,
especially with the Chantries not being around to enforce shit like that.
Yeah. So, refresh my memory. Did you tell her what the plans are for tonight?
Yes. Essentially, we're going to go in there.
You told her about the jar, yeah.
The jar. That we need. Essentially, we need to find a way of distracting Gore. I don't know why I just wanted to start referring to him as fuckface, but
hey, if you want to,
that's
go
what
ahead.
Surnames are for. Gore fuckface.
Mistress Julia Vaughn. That's what your sire's name is.
Yeah.
Julia Vaughn. How can I help?
We need a distraction.
You feel like picking a fight with Gore? Distraction somehow? I mean,
I'll go, and I'll pay my respects to the new Primogen.
By sitting in his face?
Well, you're
you
like
there?
getting dressed and changed.
Yeah, I'm saying this when I'm getting changed.
Pulling the Hufflepuff shirt over his.
That's it.
She was having borrow clothes from you. I forgot.
Yes, Slytherin, seriously.
Shirt that says I deauthorized your sire, and all I got was a stupid t-shirt. Oh, God. If I ever play a caitiff, I'm going to wear that and get killed on the first night. I'll go, and if I'm needed, I'll do what I can.
Just some kind of distraction. I mean, he's coming with us. That should be plenty of distraction enough.
She seems nervous and excited at the same time.
Question, because I don't know how our is House Karna going to be okay with us going Anarch?
Karna's kind of happy with anybody,
Okay.
truthfully, as long as they don't want the status quo re-erecting the pyramid.
Okay, I was just curious about that because, I mean...
We just don't think that all the good secrets should be kept on top. And with the fact that the pyramid is trying to reform and even House Gortrix is getting involved in it, they're not going to be upset with us or anything. There's plenty of Karna in the Anarchs.
Okay.
She's going to, when you're close enough, she's going to put her hands on both of your hands and say, "Good luck, you two," and then head out the door. And the next thing you're going to hear is the squealing tires of her car tearing ass down the road, and somebody screaming, "Watch it, lady!"
Now, how are we getting there?
Cutting to the next scene. So you're in jail.
Yes.
You were locked
Please
in.
tell me you don't drive like that.
With a you were locked in, and one of the cops looked at you and said, "Don't worry, we'll let you out at 11 tomorrow morning," and then left. So you're in the holding cell. You're not in a cell.
Right.
You're in the area that they put you. Like it's not even really lockup. It's just where they put you before lockup, before they go through processing. And you're going to be in there for
Well,
A good long while.
If it's like
So-
the Fort Myers holding cells, this should be where they keep the phones.
Yeah,
no.
there was a phone in there, but he used his cell phone to call.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is a phone, but it's not a lockup cell either. It's literally a white room with 4 benches in the center of it,
Oh, God.
with a camera in the very top that he can tell is following his every movement.
and I placed a call to my sire and
Placed a
let
call.
her know where I was.
Yeah.
And what the cops were hinting at. So, because I didn't think to ask you via messenger the other day, what I know about the prince's edict on who can have influence with law enforcement.
Yeah, your sire would have informed you that the prince has a tight hold over the actual law enforcement of the area. Technically, like it's pretty much all government official in the city. Like he's just trying to keep other kindred out of City Hall for some reason.
Wow, I wonder why.
So, what is your patience level after you get off the phone with your sire?
Actually, not much.
Not much?
I'm gonna shoot Nick a text.
Okay.
Remember that time we went out in town in Berlin and Johnson got completely shit-faced? This is one of those situations.
You're going to get an emoji of a little guy in a striped prisoner's outfit and a question mark.
And I'm gonna do
Thumbs up emoji.
thumbs. Yeah, it'd be a thumbs up emoji, a locomotive, and then the number of the substation that I'm at. Because usually most substations will be like station number.
A thumbs up, a train engine,
Space?
Because station.
okay. I getcha. Okay.
Because I don't have a direct line to Tinia.
No, we didn't exchange phone numbers at any point.
Were you guys still at Miles?
We were still at Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, we were discussing backup to the
And
backup plan.
if I remember correctly, so was Nick.
So was Nick, yeah. I don't think he'd left yet either.
Nick is on his phone. How long into you being in the jail do you think you would text Nick, though?
Probably about 10 minutes after getting off the phone with my sire.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Nick... Nick's phone goes off, and he doesn't have it silented or anything. You just hear the blink, like he's got a text, and he checks it, and he goes, "Oh, fuck! Adrian's in jail.
What?
Adrian's in jail.
Not here.
I think you're here.
Yeah, you would still be here because we were talking about
Adrian got
hiding
arrested,
your motorbike.
Okay. So we haven't left to do
but
that.
he
haven't
still
left
has
yet,
a
no.
phone.
That's weird.
Question mark phone emoji. I'm going to try very hard not to use any words in any of these texts. Because you can deny any pictures.
Right.
Sketches the poop emoji in the air.
I always thought that was chocolate yogurt.
What did he get arrested? If they're still allowed him to have his phone, has he actually been arrested or?
He's in the jail. He gave me I know which station he's in. Now, this is a very empty police station. You can hear people talking in the other rooms down the hall. There's a lot of acoustics in this place.
So I'm gonna find. I'm gonna send back a gif of Don Knotts as his
Barney Fife?
Marnie Fife, followed by a gif of Charlie Sheen from In the Army.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
Like Hot Shots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, dumbass. It's me.
He's gonna send you back the emoji of the guy who's like shrugging with his arms up.
Communication through hieroglyphics over here.
Yeah, I was kind of
Moving forward so much in the last 1,000 years.
Right? Yeah.
Ooh! He is going to start sending you periods and dashes. It's like, we fucking both know Morse code. This is what I'm doing. What do you need me to do? Is what he sends you in Morse code.
I need an exit strategy because I don't know that my sire is going to be able to do anything with court happening tonight. And
Your sire knows you're there.
yes. Also, they're planning on holding me till 11 a.m. Like, flat out stated 1100.
Continue to see that they're doing more. You know, you can send voice messages to each other these days.
No idea who's listening. Okay. His sire knows he's there.
That's something
The
else.
cops outright said that they're going to let him go at 11 a.m.
They know then. That's fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You're going to hear the doors open. And there is a very heavy set of boots that walk in.
Lock the screen.
Huh?
Lock the
On your
screen.
phone? Yeah.
Because without a warrant, they cannot compel me to unlock the screen.
Give me a wits and awareness to see how much of the conversation you actually pick up that's happening down the hall. If you have heightened senses, you can add your aspects to it.
Ooh.
8s and betters, right?
Sixes and betters.
So that's 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay, you catch this whole thing.
Yeah, that's every single dice came up success. No crits, but
They, guy walks in, and you hear very deep, booming voice. Is Dorsky here? You hear somebody else go, yeah, 1 second. And you hear a door close. A couple seconds later, we hear you have a blank. Yeah, we were going to handle it. I'll handle it. Yes, sir. Right this way. You hear footsteps. You hear the door unlock. And before the door opens, you hear, "I'm sure you have paperwork." And the guy's, yes, sir. And you just hurried footsteps down the hall. The door opens, and you see a guy step in all black BDUs with big white letters that spell out CERT on the chest.
You're fucked.
Or.
And you see the guy that was sitting with your sire. Adrian?
Yes, sir.
He walks up to you. Let's put your hands behind your back.
Please do not resist.
He cuffs you. Like, I will let you out the moment we are out of sight. He puts a bag over your head with earphones and something that wraps around your mouth. And then he zip ties the bag. And then he quite roughly removes you from the cell and out the door and just out. You're going to hear something. You're going to hear a car door open. You're going to get violently shoved in through the thing. Mm-hmm. Give me a Dex Athletics. -2. Because you're compromised.
Two successes.
2 successes. You're not going to take any damage, but ow. Your headphones are also going to fall off when you hit the hard floor of the van. You hear the door shut. You hear a door open. You feel the car go down as somebody gets in, shuts the door, and he just goes, drive. And do you mind if I do something?
Sure.
You are going to hear names. You're going to hear Jazz say, yes, sir. And just
So if it wasn't on Jazz's sheet before, it needs to be.
Jazz can definitely update her shipping chart.
You're going to hear traffic. You're going to hear some moving around. There's going to be a blade that goes right across the back of your neck and snaps that zip tie, and then he's going to unlock your cuffs, and you're in the back of a van with, I'm going to need you for this one, with Jazz driving and Monroff in the seat, dressed up as a CERT agent.
Oh, that wasn't quite what I was expecting, but thank you. Finish it stretching, then I'm reaching in and I'm checking the vial in my pocket, making sure it didn't get busted.
No, it's still there.
You all right back there?
Been a little bit better. I need to make it to court.
It's actually kind of funny. He's gonna chuck back, just like overhand, not looking, like right behind him, like as if he was like chucking salt over his shoulder, kind of thing. A key with a tag on it that has it just has like. It's a key with a small chain with like one of those crappy cardboard tags with the metal outlines with tape over it that has just an address on it. He's like, I'm going to be busy handling getting you out of jail. So make sure you make the time count. And as the car stops at a red light, he's going to get out.
So, I'm gonna. Am I able to slide up to the seat he vacated?
Yeah, there's no reason why I wouldn't.
All right. So as I slide up into that seat, I'm gonna shoot Nick a message. Ben sprung.
Okay, he's out.
Star works fast, I guess.
Well, she's the primitive.
Good. Yeah, that's true.
Um,
The fact that the cops know that.
heading to court
Yeah.
after small detour. Have a coterie mate with me.
Heading to court after a small detour, coterie mate with him.
There's a Elysium tonight that a lot of people are planning on visiting.
This is not me participating.
You don't have to now.
Good. Good.
I'm gonna look
In
up.
fact, being away from there might not be a bad plan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at the address that's on that little key tag.
Okay.
Where's that sending me?
It's just a street address. It has a street address, but on the other side of the tag, it says across the street.
Yay, Google Street View.
The the address goes to a Standard Oil gas station. It's like the oldest gas station in town.
Okay. What's across the street from it? Or is that what's across?
You don't see anything across the street from it on Google Maps.
Right. So, Jazz, I'll give directions. Here's where we're headed first.
I'm assuming that was...
Jazz at this point would be aware of what this location is.
Okay,
Okay, so don't act too surprised.
that's fair.
But if you go straight there, you see Standard Oil, and then across the street is a cinder block building. It's really small, with a sickly little sodium lamp over the top of it. A couple of power poles, big, like metal ones that are bolted into the ground. Everything's overgrown. It's surrounded by a chain link fence. The fence door has a no trespassing, high voltage thing, and there's a chain around the actual gate itself with a padlock on it.
Click.
And it fits.
Unlock.
Parking inside, I would imagine.
There's no place to park inside.
Oh.
It's that small.
Okay, so it's like...
You can park
Gotcha.
off to the
Park
side
like
or at the gas station or whatever, but
Yeah.
you can't park there.
Okay.
Wait for Jazz to
Yeah, I'm...
come in, follow.
Yeah.
That trick that I've learned in real life: pull the gate shut, reach through, and lock it from so the lock's still on the
It's a good
outside.
idea. It's a good idea. The door to the little building has, like, you didn't notice it until you get right on it, but you'll notice that there's like a small piece of cardboard that's folded in between the actual, like, so it doesn't auto lock. You open it. Yeah. You go in and there's this obnoxious humming that's so loud you feel it in your veins. And then, aside from like all of this equipment that you probably can't identify with your technology level, there is a stairway that leads down to a door with a, danger, do not enter, blah 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 blah, service shaft.
Jazz, is this going where I think it's going?
Probably. I'm guessing where you think it's going.
And can you get me to the mansion from here?
You remember how we got asked to borrow a digging machine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Just one rule. You don't tell anybody else how to get through here.
Of course not. Awesome. Let's go. I'm gonna ruin some people's nights.
Okay. So you go in there. Okay, when you get in there, there is a ridiculously large, perfectly round concrete tunnel that just goes off into oblivion. It's completely dark. You can't see anything, and it just seems to go and go and go in one direction. In front of you, by the door, next to the only little light that is in here, this is this red service light. Parked at the bottom is a golf cart that has been souped up with like pinwheels and like a spray painted jagged smiley face.
I knew his golf cart would be like
And what looks like some kind of weird jet engine thing built onto the back of it that's held on by what looks like duct tape.
100% safe.
Definitely.
So let's get back to the rest.
Ratchet and Clank.
Alright, so you guys, what are you doing now that you've...
We're heading straight to the Elysium.
Okay, you're just driving straight there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sit in the back and I put every available seatbelt just in case.
Okay.
I imagine you might be a little nervous about cars lately.
Well, after seeing how my sire drives.
That too.
And going through that shit.
No, I drive perfectly normal.
That's what she probably says too.
Okay, so what about you guys? So it's you guys, Nick, and Miles hanging out at Miles' place. So how's Tinia and Jay handling?
Okay, so right, ready to crash a party?
You just hit brew. Just hit brew on it. It should start up.
That was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I've been walking around the other way.
I could put the little cone if that helps.
A traffic cone.
I literally have a wet floor sign.
Fair.
That might not be a bad idea. I can actually get through it.
Okay, what's Tinia doing?
Loading Jay's dirt bike
Uh-huh.
into the back of the car,
Okay.
and plan is to head towards Elysium, ditch under a bush, not too far from the Elysium. Like I said, back up to the backup.
Okay.
And I think we're planning on parking somewhere around the corner, so it's not too obvious where we are.
Where is the Elysium now?
Oh, we were told it was at the.
No, it's Nick. Like,
Oh, that was Nick. Sorry.
like I know there was an Elysium downtown, and I heard that like the Anarchs did some stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Home improvement project.
It's a mansion outside of town these days. I don't know if you know anything about the cult of Mithras, but it's where they used to meet.
okay.
So, yeah, it's outside city limits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Camarilla has a mansion
Yeah.
as their Elysium.
Yep.
All right. What can I do to help with this situation?
Set it on fire.
Oh, that would not help the situation.
Yes, it would.
No, it would.
I could have sworn that she says that just start it. There's nothing in there. How much coffee did I make?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Could do with do. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think what Nick could help with in the current situation.
I mean, I can help with recovery when everything's said and done. But I'm not looking forward to running into an Elysium and
Yeah.
starting trouble. As much fun as that sounds.
If this goes anything like some previous plans have gone,
To shit.
That's such a fun sentence to hear. Like I said, I'll help with. Like,
yeah.
Adrian knows where I'm aiming.
Okay. Yeah, having someone who can come pick people up.
Come pick people up.
Like if we end up having to scatter.
Okay. Look, if you guys meet at, if everything goes to hell, if you guys wanted to like come to the rec center.
The rec center.
Okay, that's over in the New Orleans district. That's where I am. Okay. I will be happy to help any way that I can, but I'm not getting into a fight.
No, I wouldn't ask you to either. That's only if you're interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, if everything goes sideways, we'll meet you there.
Sounds good. He's actually going to head out now.
Yeah. Did I get his phone number earlier?
If not, he'll give it to
Yeah.
you now. It's fine.
So. Cool. Alright, so that's his phone number. Alright, you ready, Jay? You ready to go anyway? What you need before we head out?
Jay's just furiously shaking his head no at the questions.
Tank.
The secret way in that wasn't just kept by the Toreador who's not telling you guys?
A written oath by the commandant of the Second Inquisition that he'll send an assault brigade to come save our asses. Signed in blood.
I'll make sure to send
That's,
a Vatican helicarrier for you.
Sorry, I'm just
Um,
got.
Is Alucard going
Yeah.
to go?
That's what I just got running through my head currently.
Okay, start at basics. Minimal foundation. Do we have a plan?
Well,
Let's have a plan. Can we get a plan?
yeah, we have a plan.
Okay.
Well, everybody's busy talking. Can we plan? Can we
Doing
discuss?
the
Go over the plan in the car? Because I think everybody else is on the move
We're gonna
already.
need things. Because we should have food so as not to frenzy. And a change of clothes is probably a good idea. And the bike. We talked about the bike.
Bike, we're taking it. Grab the clothes.
Nick at least means we have some kind of friend on the outside we can try and get a hold of, but I don't know how useful he'd be if we have some kinds of problems.
We're gonna have to play those problems by ear, depending on what kind of problems we run into. But the plan is currently, Thomas is going to be the distraction. So while all of Elysium is dealing with the fact that he may or may not be blood hunted, we can sneak in and hit the safe
Okay.
and sneak back out.
I'm not that sneaky.
I'm not terribly sneaky half the time anyway, but with the degree of distraction we should have,
Things
we
that will
won't
make
have to
us
be terribly
sneakier.
sneaky. So, but we do need to get there about the same time as our distraction.
Can we dress like some of the winky guards? Or, like, ooh,
Yeah, I recognize, I get that reference.
Like, do they have staff we can impersonate? Do they have ghouls or something? Do they have a uniform? That'd be really useful.
I don't know what they're currently doing. I've not been to court since this new king, has taken over.
these sorts of things would go a lot better if we had more
Recon?
time. Recon.
Yeah. So, grab a nice shirt. Grab a button-down shirt. That's usually a good one for waiter-type looks. That's usually what you see at these sorts of things. But we need to get moving, Jay. You can stay here. You do not have to come.
I kind of do.
Okay.
I'll feel really guilty if you get killed.
Well, I'll get the bike loaded. You grab the shirt. Let's go.
Yeah. Jay will go grab a change of clothes. You go look through Jay's wardrobe.
See if he has anything that looks business casual.
He comes back in a black leather apron.
Miles will let you borrow clothes, but they are a lot bigger than you.
Yeah.
They'd be really, really baggy.
Yeah.
It'll have to do.
Ninja language.
Fair.
So are you borrowing some of...
No.
Okay.
That would not occur to him to ask either.
Okay.
I'll tell Miles. I'll let you know how things go.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys are driving there.
He's driving on the back seat.
Oh, you're in the back seat. Of course you are.
You're going through the tunnel. Yeah. Okay. So, just for simplicity's sake and lack of headache for me, Jazz is not going with you.
Mm-mm.
She's dropping you off at the golf cart and leaving.
Jess is still trying to walk a fence line at the moment and doesn't want to be anywhere near where this chaos is
Yeah.
going to be going down.
The only reason I would say Jazz is actually helping with this situation right now is because Munroth told you to.
Yeah, probably.
The fact that this, legendary terror, who the only time you've ever seen him up close is when he was ripping the heart out of an Anarch member 10 feet from you, came up to you in a nice suit and politely asked you to do this. So, with everybody's everything, and I will touch on everything, Adrian is going to get there first. Because Adrian has no traffic to deal with. He's already on the outskirts of the city when he starts. And that underground tunnel literally goes directly underneath the mansion. So, you drive for a very long time. To the point that you actually have to stop and change golf carts.
Is the second one just as tacky?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. But there's actually a charging station halfway there where you have to plug in that golf cart, hop on the other one, again, beep, beep, just go straight down, which will take you...
Told him we should have gotten the gas-powered ones.
It'll take you to the end of it. But the end of it, very
There's a lot
interesting.
more air handling.
We don't have to breathe, it's fine.
The engine does.
True.
The road is going to end at another area where they have a plug-in station, and there's a couple of golf carts in here also. What?
It's like the parking outside of the trailer park.
Nosferatu travels golf carts underneath.
Golf carts.
Yes,
Every one of them's got like a little
they
they
got
got
wheels
some kind of a
and
pom-pom with a code on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The Nosferatu have their own version of the village's
Yep.
loofah coding.
It's to let you know, it's to let you know which coterie you're in.
I don't want to think about the Nosferatu having a loofah code. I don't want to know about the sexual habits of the Nosferatu.
I was just saying, it's just to mark which golf cart belongs to which coterie.
So
That's what they tell people.
That's what they tell people. I have a pink one so that I can see which car is mine. Mm-hmm. That's what you're interested in, Agnes. Anyway, so When you come to the end of it, it's a very large, round brick room that looks relatively freshly built. There's actually still some tools tucked over in a corner that have not been put away yet. There is a stairway that leads up, no railing, it's just concrete stairs. You fall from the top, you're taking some damage. That goes all the way around and leads up to a metal grating door, which is just bars and a handle where you would have to put a key, but it's just ajar.
That ain't up and in.
Well, when you go in there, the room that you enter is empty. It's dark. And if it wasn't for your exceptional supernatural vision, you would probably fall on your face, like very quickly after entering the room, because there's just these large bound collections of cables that are just running all over the place, in every direction. And the section that you're in, however, with these cables is a lot older. Like, this is a freshly new tunnel that leads into this area.
Right.
But you're in a very old area now.
Carefully pick my way through so I don't trip on.
Okay.
I don't play anything. Make my way to the next door and hopefully exit into reasonable spot in the mansion.
Well, you end up going up on another set of stairs towards the end, which has kind of a nice...
You might come out of the substation next door.
You have actually a nice door in front of you here, except for the fact that there are some, like, vintage Playboy pictures that have just been tacked up to the inside of this, like, on the door.
Damien was here.
And and when you open that door, you come into what looks like a servant's area in a very fine home.
Close the door behind me as I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Start making my way towards the front
Okay.
of the house.
It's not hard to follow the noise. There is music being played, very fine, like high-class string quartet music with some simple vocalization. The vocals are not words, but more just vocalizing. Almost like a siren song style of thing. And you are going to walk into a open area with incredibly ornate decorated tiles. You can see when you walk through to the left, there is a floor to ceiling window display that opens up into this amazing garden that has a pond and these ridiculously ornate statues of various people all in the back. And it is currently summer, going into fall. A half-flowered garden, like interspersed sporadically around. And probably about 2 or 3 dozen kindred in this room.
So I'm looking for...
What are you wearing?
And have you lost your hat?
Yes, I've lost my hat. I'm annoyed that the fact...
Well, you're wearing your
my usual outfit.
your street clothes.
Well, my usual...
Yeah, you're dressed like a fancy cowboy, but with no hat. Okay.
This plan is already going sideways.
When you get in this room, you will notice that there is literally a string quartet. Someone who is playing not bongos, but like hand drums. And a very beautiful woman who is not trying in the slightest to look human. And just vocalizing the most just mesmerizing tone. Please give me a resolve and composure, actually. Two. We're going to go ahead and leave you there for a minute because you are going to become completely enamored in this woman's voice. So we now have Sydney and Thomas driving further and further out of the city. The buildings become less and less apparent. More and more open spaces in between houses, then farmland, then just random barn in the middle of nowhere, and then you will then start to come to what just looks like light off in the distance. And as you get closer and closer, and this large, opulent house just appears over the horizon, you are going to come to a very large iron and brickwork wall with a very extravagant gate out front. There are what looks like two men who are on the inside of the gate. And can I get wits and awareness from the both of you? They are well dressed, tuxedos.
One success.
One success for the both of you. Okay. Okay, so you pull up, and one of them will step through a small side gate, which is not big enough for cars to fit through. It's like just off to the side.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that they are carrying automatic weapons. And they're going to walk up to your car and just look down at you through the driver's side window.
Okay.
You roll down the window.
Yeah, I'll roll down the window.
Okay. This is a private event.
Yes, I know.
Are you on the list?
I would hope so. And I'm here to see Gore.
It's here to see Gore. He looks towards the other guy who's in this little, kind of like a little tiny cube room inside the wall itself.
The gatehouse.
And after a couple of seconds, you're going to hear some static coming from the guy's earpiece that he's wearing, and the gate is going to swing open and let you through.
I'm going to wave as I drive by, and
Yeah.
I'm going to try to look and see if I can find my sire's car so I can park somewhere near it
Okay.
in case quick escape.
Understood. As you are driving up, there are a couple of more individuals who, now that you have seen them and they're in a brighter environment on the porch, are also packing automatic weapons. And they're dressed very fine. They look like they're there for the show, but they've got big ass weapons. And there's one guy who's wearing a red vest and a bow tie who, if you pull up to where he is, he's the valet.
I kind of prefer to know where my car's going to be parked. So I'll park the car myself.
He looks terrified that you say that. One second, and he'll back up and actually stand in front of your car. So if you want to go forward, you're going to have to run him over. And he'll get out a little walkie-talkie, and you can see him having a hurried little chat over the walkie-talkie.
Are you going to get into trouble if you don't park my car?
It is my job.
Fine, I don't want you getting into trouble.
Thank you. And I take it the two of you get out of the car.
Yep.
He takes your car and nothing but taillights. He drives it very respectfully. He does not drive you like your sire or anything. Did my phone scare you?
I just wasn't expecting it.
But yeah, he'll take off.
Oh, he's a valet. That's how.
Yes, he valets. He does his thing. And you are standing outside this incredibly ornate red brick porch, which has these. You almost don't see them because they match the white paint on the outside on the porch, but there's three rocking chairs on each side of the door. Like it's almost like being in an old southern house. Like it's this massive plantation home.
Just with a bunch of occult symbols and shit all on the inside.
Have you been to some of these old southern houses?
That's a good point.
It's actually kind of funny that you say that. Roll me a wits plus occult.
Okay.
Not to mention all the dude wrestling a bull staff.
Oh, we haven't gone.
Yeah, most of us were inside. That's right.
I see a 10.
3. Yeah, I've got 2 10s.
All right.
It's a messy crit.
Let's see, 4.
I see a messy crit.
Uh-oh.
5, 6, 7 successes.
7 successes. Okay, so as you're about to walk inside, and there's the pillars that are facing the outward, you pass the 2 pillars. One of them is this pristine white color, and the other one is this grayish, but it looks intentional. It's not like age or anything. It's painted a slightly darker color. Mm-hmm. This is a Kabbalistic entryway. This is the entryway of like the High Priestess card in the tarot. This is, in fact, you actually see a J and a B carved in on them, like towards the top.
Yeah.
When you get to the door, it's a set of double doors, and there are these nice moldings around the edges of them. And in the corners, there's these perfectly square blocks that are set into the molding, and you'll notice that there's this symbol that is a straight, like not straight, but kind of like a small waved line with 3 branches coming off the top and 2 branches coming off the bottom. And that takes you, that really pinpoints you as something just not quite right about this place. And you've got the 2 individuals with the guns, and then you will notice that there's another man standing out front, out front by the door.
All right. You ready to go in?
There in his Hufflepuff hoodie.
You know, my character probably does keep extra clothes in his occult shop.
I thought he found him the lost and found.
That is the symbol that's carved into the doors.
Can I roll an occult knowledge?
Sure. Intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
That's just the basic.
Right.
It's probably on the bottom shelf if there is any in there.
Yeah, weaving isn't.
I'm gonna get some coffee actually.
Yeah, weaving's a player guide one. Rearrange it over here.
4 successes on that.
Four successes.
Yes.
You. I'm going to give this to you because of your sire. Your sire goes on and on and on about human fiction that is written in coordinates with actual occult practices.
Mm-hmm.
And how there's many occultists, specifically in the early 1900s, who put their beliefs into a conjoined mythos. And what you are seeing on that door is the original interpretation of what is called the Elder Sign.
Why am I not surprised? Yeah, why am I not surprised?
seems about right.
Which is a symbol that is supposed to be ancient. It's a pictogram that is used to keep ancient evils at bay. It stops them from being able to cross.
Here it is. A bunch of vampires hanging out in the... anyways.
But the guy at the door. Good evening.
Good evening. Is this a ghoul I've maybe seen once or twice before?
You haven't seen any of these people before. There's another car pulling up as you're having this awkward moment.
Give him the name of my sire, and I'm with her.
Okay, you're with Mistress Vaughn.
Yes.
Understood. And as he's about to open the door, the valet drives off with the other car, and you hear a few sets of footsteps coming up behind you.
Phew.
I mean, unless you turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 individuals. You'll recognize the one in the middle. Give me a intelligence plus insight for memory. We're gonna do, or wits plus insight. We're gonna do a memory roll.
I believe it was intelligence.
Is it intelligence? Whatever. All right, intelligence plus insight.
Okay, and...
Add an extra dice on it.
Okay.
Eventually, I gotta write down these things.
Yeah, I remember that discussion coming up in the past and it being an intelligence thing. Like when
1 success.
1 success. That dude in the middle looks incredibly familiar. And he...
1 success. You can tell it's going to be embarrassing when you don't know this guy.
He walks up, and I assume you're just like half glancing over your shoulder. He walks up and big smile on his face. He just puts his hand on your shoulder, he's very tall. Like not unnaturally tall, but he's a very tall, slim individual, and he just puts his arm around you, and he goes, Benny, just let the gentleman in. He's like, yes, Mr. Mayor. And he opens the door and lets you and Richard Wynn and 2 very large men in the door.
Thank you.
Very large, very hairy.
not in this current moment.
Yeah.
Bowen watched the door. Bowers. I don't fucking remember. Heel. And he just keeps walking.
Wow!
That's a microaggression.
I think he knows he can get away with them.
Take it to find human resources.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you two walk in with the mayor.
resources.
Yeah.
the mayor of Portland.
You come in with a freaking Hufflepuff shirt, shorts, and freaking Crocs.
And so my character probably does have normal clothes that he keeps at his shop, but he put them in that anyways.
As you are walking in,
He's a
there
distraction.
is
He's a
like
distraction.
right
Kind of
past
like
the
Adam
door.
Sandler.
Right past the door, there is a coat check area where he gives up his coat, and he seems to be involved in some kind of like small talk with the person who's working the thing. And when the door opens on the inside, and Rose Dracon walks in, her eyes look like they're about to bug out of their skull as she looks at the individuals who are in the coat check room. And she goes, Mayor Wynn! And just starts, she's like, Dick, please. And they hug and exchange and kiss on the cheek. And she's like, I see that you've met some of my some of the coterie that I'm shadowing. This is
Sydney.
This is Sydney, thank you, and this is Thomas. And he looks you up. He looks at you guys, smiles. He looks you up and down. He goes, "You make potholes," and he just walks on in. He just walks on in, and she looks at the coat check, at the person behind the coat check, and she's like, "Make sure everything's fine." And the guy just drops what he's doing, and turns and just robotically walks away. What the hell are you guys doing walking through the... What the hell are you guys doing walking through the front door?
He was told he can come here and plead his case.
Oh!
So that is what he is doing.
She downs an entire flute full of blood. Just gone. And just not looking, just throws it in the coat check room, like through the little window. She's like, whoop, and just, okay, okay. And she just turns around and goes in.
She's getting away from this shit before it blows up.
That's kind of a...
She'll hold the door open for you guys when you walk in, but when you come in, there's this like melodic tone just like flowing through the air. It's the room is just thick with music. And it's live. And there are many people in here, 2 or 3 dozen worth of people. And, I mean, you can see the mayor at this point in time shaking hands with the prince of the city. With Proctor
Anything
directly behind the prince,
Sense the
and
Unseen
Bowers
in
directly
this
behind the
building?
mayor. Huh?
Anything for Sense the Unseen?
Sense the unseen.
You're blind.
I'm just going to give you an automatic win because of things that are in here. But Sense the Unseen is going to pick up a lot of slight shimmers off various items in this area. Mostly things that have sun or bull icons.
You remember the last place you saw one of those?
Next group. So let's check on group 3. What is Tinia and Jay are on their way to the party?
What's the terrain that we're driving through right now?
Just kind of country roads, I imagine.
You're going to start off
Is it
on standard
wooded
city
or-
streets.
Okay, so it's city streets.
You're going to start off on standard city streets, but as the buildings get less and less populous as you go, you are eventually going to be on a well-tended dirt road.
Through forest, plain.
More just like open plain. You're going to end up going through cattle fields. Give me a
Hills,
wits. Give
potentially,
me
too.
actually give me a composure and resolve, Jay.
Now I'm imagining it's kind of southeast of the city.
No, you're actually heading northwest of the city. You're heading up towards Washington.
I
Or,
was
like,
say it can't be too far northwest because you're in Washington.
it's not too far. It's 3.
Okay, yeah, that'll be pretty hilly.
You're
honestly.
okay.
Okay. Good.
But something in the back of your head clicks. There's something about this place. You pass a farm that you feel like you've been at. You feel victimized here. And you don't want to be anywhere around here. You will eventually pass it. Unless you freak out while you're passing it. But you maintain control. But as you pass it, you feel it behind you. You know exactly there's a spot over there that does not feel right to you.
I'm driving.
I was gonna say, like, I was looking out for any opportunity for food. Like, my original idea was like, if we're driving through the night.
Cow!
Oh,
Snack!
wait, hold up, stop, don't, you'll hit the raccoons. Only it's more like, hit the raccoons and then stop.
We almost hit a gator on the way here.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's been happening more.
That's not good for
Sounds
the
to me like gator
undercarriage.
bites.
Yeah, no.
Not good
Or
for
the
a
gator.
Or the gator.
Alright, so you do have time to stop and get food if you need
Okay, well,
we will have to stop somewhere to ditch the bike.
yes.
So if we want to stop next to a pasture, you can go run down a cow.
That's not a bad idea.
Just tip the cow over.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, that sounds pretty ideal. So we'll worry about that a little later.
Do you mention anything about weird feelings as we're driving? Today is just concentrate on the road.
Yeah, this place, is that like something that's by our route?
You pass it.
We go right past it.
Yeah.
What's it?
There's a dirt road that leads off to what looks like a slightly neglected farm area. You can see an old wooden barn that looks like it should have died years ago. But it doesn't look completely ignored.
Just a bit ramshackle.
Yeah.
I have a great strategy.
You do see some cows in that area.
Not that one. And I can just look like right over here at the center console. That's the center console.
Jay, I don't even know if vampires can get car sick, but please don't throw up in my car.
There's a slight bit of static, Jay.
Jay starts disassembling the stereo.
It's your car.
What? I'm just trying. What are you? Put it.
Jay seems to be in some type of trance. He
Buddy?
does not seem like he's doing well.
Jay. Hey. Wave my hand in front of his eyes as I'm still trying to drive at the same time. Hey, can you not disassemble my car while I'm driving it?
Probably not.
I don't know if how he's responding at all.
Probably by pulling the head unit and easing the head unit out.
So as he's
They're
starting,
gonna kill.
as he's starting to try to pull the radio out of the console itself,
Never mind. Carry on.
you yank it and brake power, and it stops.
Yeah.
It was definitely turned off a second ago.
Like an official Camarilla song.
How to make your players have nightmares whenever they hear a song.
Didn't you already accomplish that with Hotel California?
Yes, I still get yelled at by Brian.
What?
We'll tell you
Just
the story
different
afterwards.
story.
It's a hell of a story that I still get angry texts and phone calls about. All right, so what do you guys do anything, or do you just keep driving straight there?
At some point within not too far of walking distance from the mansion, we're going to stop and find a nice copse of trees or a large bush, something like that, and we'll
Hopefully
put
near a cow pasture.
probably near a cow pasture. A lot of them have trees and stuff in them, so
Somewhere for the cattle to get some shade. during the
exactly.
day.
Give me a wits plus investigation to try to find an area that's good.
Oh,
Do I come to myself enough to be any help with that?
probably by this point.
Give me another composure and resolve. See if you're okay.
One success.
Actually, that's 4.
Oh, you made a messy crit earlier.
Yes.
You're just hungrier.
Okay.
Okay. Add a hunger die. What was yours?
4.
4? Yeah, you can snap out of it. You really don't know what the hell that was.
Oh.
Can I borrow a pencil?
Are you interested at all in pressing it?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Is
Oh, okay.
Jay interested at all in pressing what he has experienced? Or are you just going to try to push it back, put it in a box in the back of your head, and just wait for the therapist to find that later?
I'm the strategy is there might be a hole back there where everything can just fall out eventually.
Okay. Understood. Understood.
You all right there, Jay?
Kind of hoping for it to be like one of those
Yeah,
Play-Doh machines. Gotcha.
I can put this back.
Just leave it in pieces for now. It started playing again.
Yeah. We're getting close now.
We're getting close. Keep an eye
You
out
guys can
for,
see the house at this point. You see the property itself, this massive fence. They've done some upgradings to security. As it is, with a little bit of light that you see, give me wits and awareness as you're close.
Does the road go like...
What was your...
I got one success for the wits and investigation.
You don't really see anywhere around here that you could stash a bike safely. You could possibly put it on the side of the fence, but as I was saying, give me a wits and awareness while you're close enough to see anything. What was your question?
Does the road go like right up to this place, or does it go like past this place? Or
The
like
road goes
around?
past, you have to turn on.
Okay, so it goes. So theoretically, if we keep going,
Oh,
we
my
could
dice
see...
are not happy with me tonight.
Get all those
Dang.
shitty rolls out of the way right now.
No successes.
Okay.
Better now than well.
You could pass it.
So if
No,
we
no
this
ones
is this
on
is
a
out
fail-
loud.
on humble
loud.
dice, that's all right.
If we drive past it, we can see 3 sides mostly.
You kind of have
look
to
at-
turn on the road to get close enough to see anything. It's not a accommodating view.
Any chance?
Have you ever heard of tease terrain?
Nope.
Tease terrain is something that old mental institutions and asylums used to use, where you look out the window and it's just open and free. But as you walk closer, there's actually a massive dip where...
Oh, like an aha.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's like an infinity pool, but it's
Yes.
but it's actually a perimeter wall.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so from
pretty
the
much how
outside
this-
we can't see the ground.
You
for the
can
shed.
you can see the lights on where the house would be from the road. But you actually have to go down that road because it's still about 1.5 miles before you actually get to the house. That's how long the driveway is.
Oh lordy. Okay, but you're saying the terrain's too open to stash out here to stash a bike effectively?
No, you could stash it in the middle of out here. There's just no trees or anything that you
It's
could hide
just
it by.
a nice little 2-mile hike. to
Yeah,
get to.
it looks like this place has been intentionally leveled. In fact, you would know from being out here before that there were, in fact, like a lot of trees at one point, and now they're just gone.
Yeah. They've
They've
cleared a lot of
deforested.
this area.
They've deforested the area.
Well, a stash 2 miles away is better than not having one at all.
Well, that's the idea. Is that
Marginally.
it's a backup if we end up on foot.
Yeah. That just gives a really long way for somebody to overtake you on foot. But
Hopefully, we
Still.
don't need it.
so with outside that, mile and a half and change, is there anywhere to stash that looks like it's like an active cattle pasture or something like that? Where we might
You're still
be
wanting to chase down a cow, weren't you?
God, yes. I don't want to go. I would really not like to not go in empty or drugged.
There's a horse farm, not that far, a few miles down.
That might have
That'll
to
do.
Not as good as cows, but
That's right. I'll pull over and start wrangling the bike.
Okay. What are you doing with the bike exactly?
Were we stashing it by the horse farm, or were we going to stash it closer to the drive?
I figured try and find a ditch, a bush in a ditch, and just stuff it under the bush or something like that.
Wits and awareness. If you guys both want to roll, go for it.
You're chasing the horse. I'm stashing a bike.
Okay, you're the one specifically stashing the bike. Is it?
3 successes.
That changed.
I'll say next to the barbed wire fence, there's like a small shrub you could just barely hide the bike under. Unless somebody was looking for it, they're not going to see it probably.
Okay.
What was
You
your?
didn't want to change jobs. I got a messy critical.
I think thankfully the crit I had didn't have a friend or it would have been
You get a messy
from
crit?
me.
Messy 6.
Okay.
To
As
go
as you are putting
find a horse.
as you are putting the bike in the bushes, you hear a scream of death from the other side of the fence. As with lost in thought and the stress that Jay just went through for some reason as you guys were driving, Jay sees a horse, soaring leaps onto it, and takes it down in one vicious motion.
Oh shoot.
There goes my plans. God damn.
Now you catch that horse, you kill that horse.
Yeah.
You're a
Get on that horse and you eat that horse. Well,
So-
I'll mark off a hunger.
What is your hunger?
Well,
Were you at 2?
I was at 2.
Okay, yeah, you're going to be able to take 1 down.
Yeah, that wasn't really worth it.
Yeah.
This is gonna cost.
You're gonna snap out of it and realize that you are just drenched in blood, and you have eaten a horse.
Oh, damn!
Well, I'm glad you brought that change of clothes now.
This wasn't supposed to be this way.
No. I'm gonna take advantage of the fact there's a dead horse now, though, and have a drink myself.
Okay.
So,
How hungry are you?
I'm at 2.
Yeah, there's enough blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waste not, you know?
Yeah.
The opportunity is presented
You'll
itself.
notice that regardless of how much you drink, you have to drink a ridiculous amount to take away that one. Horse meat, or horse blood is just not as good as human blood.
Yeah. And especially when you start going up the potency. I think actually blood potency too, you have to take like double the amount of animal too.
Yeah, you get half. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to drink a ridiculous amount.
I
You
start
start
feeding
halfway.
again
Yeah.
and turning on disciplines, which is probably a good thing that we're right here at a fresh kill because I just flubbed 2 rouses in a row. I don't know how much is in this thing.
More than a human's.
Yeah. Actually, there is
Unfortunately, without animal succulents, you're not going to be able to get a lot of. You're not going to be able to really refill much more off of this. And yeah, so that is a situation. You'll just find that eventually it just doesn't slake anything.
What are we doing with this now?
Obviously, a chupacabra.
No, but maybe a mountain lion.
That's not a goat.
Just a. How torn up does it look?
What kind of damage do you think your character could do when it loses complete control on a horse?
Probably more than is plausible for ordinary predation, to be honest.
He went for vital organs.
Strength and potence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like a bus hit it on purpose. This looks like a bus ate it. Like,
Bear
you too, Kevin.
or big mountain lion.
Indeed.
Any severe elevation changes? Like, oh, it fell off this cliff.
No, flat plane.
Put it on the road. Act like it was a car strike. No car.
There's an awful lot of blood now in the field.
I will state that moving
Setting it on
this
fire
horse
is going to be less than.
I will say that moving this horse would be 100% possible with how strong you two are, but there is no way to hide the fact that there was a point of impact in the middle of this field.
And there'd be a lot of blood on
That's
the grass.
what I mean, yeah.
So. Here we go. Large animal horse, hunger slate 2.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have let you two feed as much as you did from
Yeah.
it, but...
That's like, hang on, there's actually a chart. Let me check.
Do you guys need a minute? Should I go into the other groups?
Just drive off and pretend it never happened? Blame it on werewolves.
Like I said, mountain lion. Or aliens.
What are you doing about
Aliens.
your
This
situation?
is classic cattle mutilation. They just hit a horse.
Portland is the alien capital of the world. Well, the American Northwest. I tried to introduce an alien plot line, and like everybody ignored it. Like there were people driving in a truck, and I'd thrown an awareness check, and the guy looked up and he saw a shooting star that stopped, and then turned direction and went the other way, and he went, "Huh, nope," and just kept going. I was like, all right, well, I see what you guys are not interested in. Fine.
Alright.
Yeah. Do you have a trash bag?
I'll probably have at least a grocery sack you can put clothes in. Because
Yeah.
something you can put wet things in is always a good idea.
I guess I'll be going in my non-ninja attire. Is the answer on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no one
Walking
more
in-
ninjas is dark.
Walking into it, the group of vampires drenched in blood seems like a bad
That
plan.
seems like a really bad plan.
You smell like a buffet.
Yeah, how are you handling this mess? Because changing your clothes is not going to fix it.
What, the mess of the horse?
No, you.
What do you mean? Oh, the mess all over.
It's
were
in your
drenched.
hair. It's in.
Oh, well.
You were, for a few moments there, inside of a horse.
Reasonably well
I
covered.
mean,
from
like
such
the
things, but-
scene from Return of the Jedi
That's-
when Luke is...
Yeah.
Like the commercials.
Empire, but yes.
Yeah, Empire.
Oh yeah. You thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just tauntauned that horse.
Think of the Old Spice commercial saying, instead of I'm on a horse, I'm in a horse.
Look at this bike. Now back to me. Now back to the bike. Now back to me. I'm covered in blood now.
You need more.
You
Old
can't
Spice
let
body
me
wash.
do anything. Anyway, no, the outer garment layer is actually impermeable. So peeling that off should.
Okay, so it's
take care
just
of
your
most of
hands
it.
and your face.
I wear. Well, actually, this is pretty spot on at the moment. The goggles are part of the entire ensemble. So I'm gonna need like a wet wipe around
Pass
here.
you a couple fast food napkins that seem to just
The gloves
miraculously
can-
appear in every center console.
Yeah, mostly. So basically, I'm gonna have a like ring of blood spray right here. Is
Yeah,
what
those
I'm
Otoli napkins are not gonna.
at. Yeah. This was Helsing. I could just say that.
All right, so so you're going back to Adrian. Actually, as you walk in and have seen this array of individuals. You do see your sire in there. You see lots of individuals in there. You see your sire in there. I'm sure you're Thomas is probably trying to avoid a straight-on confrontation. You do see Adrian standing in front of where the musicians are.
I don't want to do that.
All right.
He seems just out of it,
That's probably a better way to go.
like hypnotized by the song.
All right, so we're here. You want to try pleading your case now while I'm doing what I have to do? You ready to be a distraction?
I guess I am.
Adrian's already
Right.
thoroughly distracted.
Don't be a distraction.
Poke him is like, hey, wake up.
Okay, so he's gonna nudge you. That will break it.
Awesome.
That's how the Toreador used to be all the time. So, all right. So yeah, you get nudged, and Thomas is standing next to you in this place. You can also
Looking
hear.
like SpongeBob.
Yeah. You can actually. There's
Just
there's
pretty
a
much
lot going on.
imagine me with a Hufflepuff shirt, and that's it. That's everything I'm wearing. I'm like standing like a freaking.
Like I said, you look like Adam Sandler's rocked up
You're
to the
just
party.
wearing a Hufflepuff shirt. That's what I
And the
heard.
shorts. Like,
Okay, we gotta mention those.
Shorts
Shirt cocked in
and
it.
Crocs.
That's great. I'm glad that you're downplaying the ventureness by wearing Crocs, shorts, and a Hufflepuff shirt. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't standing in the middle of Elysium wearing just the Hufflepuff.
I mean,
I was like, we got a venture shirt cocking in the Elysium.
With Crocs on.
With
It's like a
Crocs.
sea monster
That's a
trying to
Toreador
escape.
thing, not mine. That's a Toreador thing, not mine.
So there's lots
Actually, that
of
strikes me as very brouhaha.
there's lots of interaction. There's lots of chatter, a lot of talking. You do hear whispering around. Also, if the three of you want to do a, I guess wits plus. I want to do something else.
awareness.
Wits and awareness is really the only thing that makes sense. Try to give you guys other picks.
Subterfuge, maybe?
No, wits plus line. Nah.
Nah.
Investigation
Or insight.
possibly would
Wits and
work too.
investigation.
4.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. What? What?
That's 5 successes.
5
no
successes?
crits, but
Okay. All three of you can hear that conversation
friend.
has turned to the fact that Thomas is in the Elysium. Like, they're not trying to look, but it's very obvious that everybody's sneaking glances, talking about what he's wearing. Like, is that a statement against Anarch Tremere? Like wearing a Hufflepuff shirt? But,
Political.
but yeah.
I keep thinking.
But everybody's like,
Fortuna with Ventru.
you hear the word blood hunt flying around. Like, isn't he blood hunted? Did he actually have the nerve to show up here? Like, there's a lot. Where's Monroth? Like, a lot of things are popping in and out of the conversation on that one.
So much cheap talk.
I mean,
You're also, with 5 successes, you also hear the mayor's here.
well, Thomas, it's been great knowing you. I need to go find a couple people.
You know, I try my ass off to get you guys back together.
Well, so there were 3 people I was going to be looking for when I got in here.
Uh-huh.
My sire,
Uh-huh.
Rose,
Uh-huh.
and where the prince was.
Okay. Looking around and listening, it's not hard to find the prince. The prince is speaking with the mayor. Were you in the gas station scene?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Were you already in jail when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway,
No, I wasn't in jail yet.
you were on your way to jail. You were prepping. Gotcha.
I was taking his change of clothes to the train station.
Okay. So, no, you can find the prince speaking with a group of influential people. One of them happens to be somebody you've seen on newspapers and on TV. It is the mayor of the city, Richard Wynn. Rose... Yeah, you're actively looking for your sire and for Rose? Go ahead and give me a wits and investigation.
And if you have nothing in investigation, just roll your wits.
Which would be your hunger, probably.
Well, no, I'm still only at 101.
That's good. That's good. Feed you good in jail. No, you don't see them anywhere.
I'm going to be looking around for Gore as I'm kind of scanning through the group.
Okay, give me a wits and awareness. Have you ever seen Gore before?
Yes.
Have you?
Once.
Okay.
In fact, he didn't like it when I talked about how much I...
Hey, stop rolling around
that
your
was
dice.
on purpose.
Why do you pick up your dice box when you roll it? Roll it while it's on the table.
Because my phone was there. I'll re-roll.
Here comes all the crits.
All the ones.
Yeah, like really
All the ones. I see 2 successes.
2 successes.
Wow, that is a lot of
4
points.
The
ones.
place-
I'm glad I'm not playing D&D.
This place is very.
It can still be bad in this game.
This place is
You
so
don't get
crowded,
any
you really
successes.
can't see it anywhere.
It's not even that.
Okay.
With 2 successes,
if
you're not
you
going to find them right now.
Fail.
Oh, I figure.
Oh.
I'm just
If
trying
you
to
don't
get
get
an idea
enough
if he's
successes.
mingling in the crowd, or
I
if
just
it-
recently rejected
if
that
he
rule.
might be
and
where
that's horrifying.
he
That's
might
worse.
be in the Tremere room.
Possibly. You know where the Tremere room is, though.
Thanks to what they have told me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But how to get in there? I
We'll
know
just
that
say
you
it's
know.
downstairs.
I know that you know that it's under the house. You don't know exactly how to get into it, though.
Go for
I'm
the
gonna have
picture
to-
of Salazar Slytherin and say Mudblood.
I wouldn't be that surprised. Well, I'll
At some
just,
point, Adrian slips you a key for a train station locker.
unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to do some looking around and
Okay.
investigating.
Okay.
You got a lot of
That roll will be for your investigation.
Well, I've got 4 die in investigation. So
Yeah.
versus the
I'm just saying I'll come back to you and let you do that
That's
while
just
you're
me going,
doing
Yeah.
that. All right. So Thomas, you just received a key.
Yep.
Okay. To train station. What do you?
Actually, you know what? Make my life easier. I'm probably gonna ask my sire how well she knows the layout here before. I'll ask her if she knows where the Tremere room is here.
I do. Do you want to go down there now?
Not necessarily. I kind of want to see the show with pointing over him, but
Also, your person knows where the safe is. Hasn't arrived yet.
plus, yeah, there is that. But you do know where to go.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing that. What was Adrian doing?
We slipping me the key.
Yeah.
I want to see if I'd like to try again to see if I can find either Rose or Lady Catherine.
Okay. If you want to keep looking, go for it.
1.
1? No. All right. So
That's the problem when we're rolling 2 dice.
what are you guys doing out in the pasture?
Okay.
We are chalking the horse up to aliens.
We're going to blame that one on werewolves.
Werewolves, aliens,
Aliens,
whatever.
government agents, something.
They got hit by an asteroid. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to a disappearing asteroid. I'm going to peel my overgarments inside out off of me. I'm going to grab, hopefully, an already uprooted. If not, I'm going to pull up some kind of a weed or something upside down with a good root ball of dirt. Go after
Now you have mud on your face.
Now I've got dirt. Now I've got dirt instead of blood so much on there. Followed up by Otoli's napkins, with the everybody acknowledges best blood removing surfactant ever, WD-40. Clearly, this is a wonderful idea. Look, we only have the options we have.
Okay.
And a new set of overgarments. If I can get most of the smell off, I'll be happy enough. If I can get the
Now you
rest
just
of it
smell like
covered by the smell of
WD-40.
motor oil and lubricants, it's not that. Duct tape.
Motor oil,
And
lubricants, and blood.
Well, I mean, I probably smell like all
And
three
mud.
of these things normally.
He is going to have blotchy blood around his face. It's surprising how much he got off, but he's not going to get all of it off in that manner. And there is definitely a smell that comes with WD-40 that is
Yes.
just radiating off
It's
of him.
not the smell of blood, and I probably already smell like oil most of the
Yeah,
time.
the smell is kind of nauseating. What
and,
do you?
And all of these items go into the bags, not on the ground.
Okay.
Surveillance equipment check.
Surveillance equipment check where?
Look
Fence
around.
post, see if there's a camera.
Oh, you don't see. Give me a wits and awareness, or a wits and investigation would probably be better since you're looking. You don't see anything.
It's fine. Everything's great.
Rolling 2. That's a crit. So that's 5.
Oh, well.
So, however, one of them was on a hunger die.
You're not going to see anything.
I'm rolling too many hunger die.
You're not going to see anything, but you swear you hear this buzzing sound from up. And give me another wits and an investigation as you're looking up.
2.
You don't see anything. You just hear something and it's gone.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, that's
Yeah, I've
comforting.
got sense the unseen, not heightened senses.
Here, you hear
Drone.
Well,
And then it's
Quadcopter
gone.
drone.
y'all.
It didn't fly off.
you hear it go zzz, it's gone.
It-
It goes off in the distance. If you want a wits plus awareness, I can tell you which direction it went.
Yeah, I'll take that wits and awareness. There's a couple different things I'm thinking.
I don't think she's
That's
gonna
another
show
crit.
up to the Elysium.
And okay, that's 3 zeros, one of which is on hunger die. So 4,
five
5,
successes.
7 successes.
7 successes. It went back the way you came from.
Back towards the mansion.
No, away from.
Away from the mansion. It didn't come from the mansion.
What?
The drone.
There's a drone?
Oh.
Definitely heard a drone.
We should probably
We need to go
leave.
now. Yeah, at this stage, it's gone. I have no way of tracking that.
Not really.
It's back to the plan. That's, we'll have to deal with that mess if and when we can. Bike is stashed. Clothes are changed.
This might not be the best place to stash a bike.
Okay, we'll move the bike. And, yeah, we'll move the bike. Probably ditch it.
Cattle will be missed when somebody counts 131. Where's 132?
Well, horse.
Horse.
Horses will be missed when... Becky! Where's Becky?
Yeah.
Over there, and over there, and over there, and over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. move the bike, move the car, let's move.
Yeah.
So we'll ditch it's not going to be as nice a hiding spot, I'm sure, but ditching it closer to the Elysium.
Okay. How are you ditching it?
Either literally in a ditch, ideally under a bush again.
Wits and awareness. You're not going to find any more bushes.
Yeah,
was the
I
closest
figured that.
bush you were going to find.
Concerning that my dice are playing nice now. 4.
Okay. As you're about to turn on the road to the mansion, you do find not a ditch, but kind of like an indent in the ground that if you just laid the bike on its side, it wouldn't be noticed.
It'll have to do.
I killed someone's pet.
It happens.
Do you need to take a stand?
Yeah, probably.
Take a stand. For horse murder.
I mean, yeah, especially depending on what your convictions are, you could definitely take a...
I am Mr. Dead.
Oh
Sorry.
my god. No, I think you take
Okay, I'll take a stain. Sorry. Storyteller takes a stain. Sorry. Didn't mean to ring the dog food dinner bell. So, home of the Whopper.
I thought that was Taco Bell.
No, that's like
No, they actually
10% beef and
busted
oatmeal.
a bunch of
Taco Bell got in big trouble in England for having horse meat.
Well, that's
same with
England.
Burger King.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten horse meat.
It was
It's-
a couple of years ago.
They
but-
got in trouble because it's
Horse
too
is
delicious.
delicious. I'm just gonna point that out.
I've never
But
had
it's
it.
too high.
At some point.
It's extremely high in cholesterol.
Okay.
Everything that's delicious is high.
Everything that's
cholesterol.
delicious.
It's like
Just reinforces the point.
Yes.
horse meat specifically is like extremely high in cholesterol. Is not recommended to eat in large quantities.
That's like all Mongols did.
Meat.
That and murder.
Meat is not
What do you think
suggested
they
to eat
got? How do
large.
you think they got gout?
From the murder.
All right, come on. We've murdered a horse. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Stains for everybody. Let's go.
Yes, you too.
I feel offended.
Okay,
at
so
that.
you
I
dump
took
you
no
dump
part in
the
that.
you dump the
Dump the
bike.
bike. I am... How close can we get to the house before we start hitting the security?
I don't know if there's a drone.
As you come up to
From
about
the
a
front
half a
house.
mile, when you drive about half a mile away from the house, you notice that there is a very large fence, wall, brickwork kind of thing, and you do see people out or inside, like you can see them on the other side of the bars of the fence. Let me know how close you get.
Yeah, guys. I was really hoping not to go in through the front door. I'm trying to figure out if there's anywhere we can pull off.
I mean, are you driving up with or without your headlights? Like, are you going to
That's a
start
good
driving
question.
through the property without, like, turning your lights off? Like,
I said, just trying to be a bit sneaky about getting in,
Yeah.
but that's kind of
Are we
difficult
gonna
when we're in the middle of
Yeah, I don't know the plan. Are we sneaking in or are we
That
just
was
going
the original plan, was to snake, but with the upgrade and the walls and everything, and no cover anymore.
Because if we're not sneaking in, I need to take a lot of guns out of my pockets.
You should probably do that in general. If we get caught,
They're not allowed in the lease.
no, they're not.
you'll notice that nobody asked for weapons when you walked in.
Okay. Oh, my character didn't go to very many Elysiums, so.
Sure.
But I'm assuming that when he did, they did ask that
Yeah.
last time.
Usually at the coat check room, they also take whatever weapons you might be carrying. Do you guys need a minute to strategize? I can move on to somebody else.
I'm just making a weapon file here.
Layout wise, would there be? I said because the thought was to pull off somewhere before we got to the house itself.
Salute.
I say stash the car, but there's not really any
I agree.
stashing able to be done.
You could park your car in the middle of a field
Yeah,
Health. It's-
and
walk up to the fence if you want
yeah,
to.
try
but-
sneaking in through the back was the
Okay.
idea. So,
So-
just I don't know what our terrain looks like for being able to do that.
It's flat. Like, I need to know if headlights are on. I need to know how close you're getting to the house. If you're going to try to go around the back. Like...
I'm trying to think. If the headlights are off, where would I have turned them off? Because we definitely would have been spotted at this stage if we had the headlights on as soon as we turned towards
Personally...
Killed a horse.
Probably after we kill the horse would be a good time to have the headlights off after hearing the drone too, actually.
Yeah.
Don't want them trying.
So you drive up just following... Like, how is everybody's night sight?
Amazing.
Okay. So Jay would be able to tell you to be careful.
Yeah,
I would say with his direction, you'd probably be able to get where you're going.
I'm
fairly
taking it
easy.
slow, yeah, because I don't
Okay.
have anything specific
I-
for night vision.
Need 3 tests from you.
Okay.
We're going to do a 3 and done.
All right.
Okay. I need a dexterity plus drive.
Watch me crash a car here. We haven't lost a car in a while.
I also
We're
need
due, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
a composure. Actually, just go ahead.
Oh,
and give
Dex
me-
plus drive. That's
Dex
what we
plus
get.
drive.
Where's Damien when we need
1
him?
success.
1 success.
His spirit
Okay.
taunts him.
I need
Blowing
a
up clouds.
resolve plus stealth.
Resolve plus stealth. Yeah. 2 success.
Okay. And the third one I need is a wits plus awareness.
Three success.
3 successes. I'll let you roll 1 more die for that awareness check because you have someone with superb night vision.
That makes it a crit.
That's a 10. Okay.
So
Oh, was that a...
I had a 10 before.
Okay, so what is your
but-
total?
So that would be 6 successes. One of them is on the hunger die.
Okay.
That's a messy crit.
You're going to be able to
One of
drive.
the 10 on a hunger die?
You're going
One
to
of the 10s is on a hunger die, yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna drive the oh, so you got a messy crit.
I got a messy crit on that one, yeah.
Oh lord. Okay.
There's been a lot of messy crits tonight.
It really has been.
We're not even going to get
All right. Okay.
Hopefully this means we're just getting the messy crits out of our way.
Yeah.
Blood dice was yours,
Blood dice was mine.
obviously.
Yeah, the bonus one was the other 10.
Bruja Clan Compulsion
Okay.
becomes activated.
We're breaking into Elysium. This is definitely sticking it to the
Yeah,
man.
your defiant disorder is massively gonna be a big thing.
That makes sense.
You with Jay's guidance, you're able to drive over the terrain without much of an issue. You are going to see that there are guards walking the perimeter, and they all have heavy artillery. They're all carrying automatic weapons. But you are able to get back there. And you'll notice that the longer you follow a safe distance outside of the wall, the farther that house seems to get. That wall just goes and goes and goes. You can eventually get around back, but when you get around back, you just see leveled forest. You just see...
This used to be a nice view.
You see stumps just as far as the eye can see, and piles upon piles of wood that is being broken down.
So just every time I look, that's why I see the bag hanging there, and I have a.
Yeah, there's also the scent of there's also a scent of burning. It's old burning, but there seems to have been some
Slash
burning
and burn.
back here. It looks like they look like they've logged all of the wood, and all of the branches and stuff have been like set off to the side and just caught on fire to get rid of. But you have much more light towards the back, where you can see the back end of the statues, the garden, the veranda. You see all of that stuff from where you guys are. And while you guys are doing that real quick, go ahead and throw me another investigation roll looking for Gore. Is that who you were looking for? Or you found your
originally
sire.
I was gonna have I was gonna look for the stairway down. Down
Well,
to
you
the
found
walls.
your sire. She said she can show it to you.
But as long as she can show it to me, I don't really need that.
Okay.
So there's a
So are you just
perimeter wall.
trying
I'm just
to
kind of
maintain?
At this point, I'm just kind of waiting
guards.
and essentially kind of watching
Yeah.
over him to make sure he doesn't get stabbed in the back while he's here.
Okay. Are you doing anything specific?
Are there like
Timer on just boing.
waiters just like walking around with?
There are waiters walking around.
I was about.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
are
is
they
there a
going
table
OEO?
with actual cops?
No, it's waiters walking around with trays.
I've had that
I'm gonna
kind
take
of
some
in the
blood.
back of my
Okay.
head, low key.
I signal one to bring me half blood, half martini.
Are you actively hiding from your sire or avoiding your sire or anything like
Like,
that?
I mean,
You
if
are?
we hop the, if they're just mortals, if we
Give
hop the
me
fence, we can,
a
if there's enough space.
with how you're
give them
dressed.
the slip at that point.
With how you're dressed and everything. Give me a composure plus stealth.
Even if they are goals.
With all the gossiping around,
Oh no, it's incredibly difficult.
yeah.
It's incredibly
Do you have
difficult.
any actual obfuscade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's even easier. For
I
me
just
then.
find it hilarious how I've got
6
good
successes.
6 successes.
Holy
You
shit. Enough off your
strangely
scale.
are
It's a
managing.
It's a messy crit.
Okay, that's.
It's a messy crit.
Like I said, it's been a night of messy crits. I've had a messy crit.
Oh Lord.
The blue is the blood.
He's had a messy
Okay,
crit.
He's.
Oh, who hasn't had one yet? I think is you.
You got a messy
You're due.
crit, and you got a messy crit.
Check under your chair. Oh
Check
God,
under
the
your-
blood.
Check under your chair for a messy crit. Fuck. What am I doing with my life?
Trying to herd cats.
I think cats are more organized than we are.
I have a cat. Yes.
Yeah.
I can herd her.
Yeah.
theorists.
I'll put it this way: cats are real easy. You just reach down and pick them up like a package.
If they let you.
Typically by the scruff
If they
of the
let you.
neck.
No, like she'll be standing there.
I'm gonna give you a choice.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
I want you to really stop and think about Thomas. I want you to think about how your Ventru actually is, how you've been playing him all this time, who he is inside. Not just his demeanor, his way of he putting things off, but what he really actually is on the inside. Because I'm going to give you a choice between your compulsion. You can either take paranoia as a compulsion, or you can take the Ventru compulsion of arrogance. So you can either become very arrogant right now, or you can become very paranoid right
I'm
now.
trying to define arrogance again.
I really
Yeah.
think that paranoia
Like a
would suit
Lasamba
this
or
situation.
I think they both
In all
suit.
ways.
They both suit.
Yeah.
The need to rule rears its head in the vampire. They stop at nothing to assume command of the situation. Someone must obey an order from the vampire. Any action not directly associated with leadership receives a 2 dice penalty. This compulsion lasts until the order is obeyed. You basically until somebody starts following your direction.
This is why you hire yes men.
Yeah.
So, arrogance.
Literally just so you can
Or-
fulfill that.
Like I said,
And get on
you
with
can
your
suffer
life.
from paranoia. Hunter and hunted, a vampire always needs to keep their eye and ear open for trouble. With this compulsion, that need flares into a full-blown paranoia as the hunger reminds the blood of the vulnerability. The vampire tries to disengage from any perceived threat, suspecting anyone and anything. Any action not taken towards the immediate end incurs a 2 dice penalty. Compulsion ends when the vampire spent roughly an hour in a safe spot.
Oh boy.
So in other words, you can either go, I'm not fucking here, I'm finding a place to hide, screw this crap, or you can go, fucking here, motherfuckers!
No,
your option is to hide or fucking own it.
I would love to see his Ventrue own it, given the way he's dressed.
I'm giving you a choice.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would make it
He's
better.
literally gonna walk to the middle of the room.
Oh,
He's owning it.
You're taking
He's owning
it.
Alright, let's get this shit over with.
I think that's our cue to hop the fence.
So, as you're waiting, you see him nonchalantly walk into the center of the room. I'm going to say you walk past a group of people, grab a flute of blood, and just go, alright!
At that point, I'm just going to pull out my
Drug it down, let's get this
phone
shit over with.
and, just hit that record button and just discreetly just sit
Oh
right.
my god. And you would see this as well. Did you want to do another look for your sire and for Rose?
Yes.
Okay, that would be
Roll your big 2
I
dice
know
again.
This is going to be
wits plus investigation while you're looking for
this is going to be a fucking train wreck.
No?
Nothing, and he had a
Okay,
1
you
on
get
blood hunger dice.
distracted as a member of your coterie stands up wearing
Wait.
that.
Isn't that a nasty fail, getting a 1
That's
on a
epic
hunger
failure.
die?
Oh!
No other successes?
That's a critical failure.
You got a
Bestial
Bestial
failure.
a bestial failure.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
So,
Shit.
No.
So you didn't get the best cred, you get the best skill failure.
he gets the messy fail.
Hold on.
After getting out of jail.
This is the episode where I learned where the compulsion page is. It's 208, by the way. 304 is weapons. I'm learning. This table lets me know where the compulsion page is. My Dark Knights of Prague game on Sunday lets me know where the weapons are. Oh my god. Okay, so bestial failure. I have to ask you a question real quick. Okay, not the Toreador thing. That's good. How do you feel, just off the top of your head, about him doing that? As a member of your coterie, what he does reflects on you. What you do reflects on your sire and the seneschal of the city. Like, how do you handle that as a personal thought?
Here he is, dressed in his Hufflepuff shirt.
Dressed in Crocs, shorts, a fucking Harry Potter shirt.
So
Like, that should
Like-
definitely offend your
like,
corridor
He
sensibilities.
gets up and does that, and the music stops. There's like a streak of violin strings. Like it's. What is your first impulse? Right there, because I'm gonna ramp that shit up to 11.
So I'm partially amused because of the shit, the amount of ragging I've done on him in the past. You know, oh, you're a Ventrue, whatever, type nonsense. You know,
But the
High Clan versus High Clan.
Okay.
He's making an ass out of himself and putting the spotlight on him.
And I am a scene queen. That's my predator type.
All right. So years and years of the Toreador playing second fiddle to the Ventrue. With this happening, I'm going to give you the compulsion of dominance. The blood urges its host to come out on top, to own, and to establish dominance. The compulsion drives the vampire not only to excel, but to revel in it, taunting the weak and challenging the strong. The vampire makes their next interaction into competition, using all means at their disposal to end up victorious and to rub the nose of the loser in defeat.
So what I'm hearing is you're about to go Mean Girls.
Yeah, that could happen.
you know that really does suit the Toreador.
So, just to let you guys know, as all this is happening, please let this sink into your head. As you guys are in the back, behind everything, trying to figure out what the hell to do, you can hear the melodic siren song floating off of the veranda. And then you just hear everything stop. And it's silence.
That's our distraction. Let's go.
Okay? What does that mean? You're still outside the wall.
Hop in the wall.
You gonna soaring leap over the wall?
Making sure that there's no guards in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try and
Line of sight.
get between sentries. 1, to do this. 2, I'm going to reach into that bottomless wellspring of depression and void that I feel most of the time, and pull out Cloak of Shadows.
Okay.
You know you can't move with Cloak of Shadows.
Okay, that's probably not the right words then.
Unseen presence.
Unseen
that's
passage.
I don't
Passage.
have that.
Presence.
The Oblivion one.
Oh, the Oblivion one. Okay, I don't know that one.
Oh, okay.
You speak to the shadows.
Shadow Cloak.
Shadow Cloak. Yeah.
Shadow Cloak. You get a +2 in stealth rolls.
Yes.
Basically, this is how it's going to happen. Since you guys are taking the time to wait for that kind of thing, what I need
Plus, I'm
you
gonna put my
guys,
black cloak on.
what I need you guys to do is roll a dexterity plus stealth for landing to try not to be noticed by the guards. And because this is a stealth, you get a +2 for Jay.
Activating Obfuscate. It's going the wrong way. Free, then plus Rouse check.
Where did you say the propulsions were?
208.
208. Thank you.
Yours is like perfectionism.
That's actually what I was looking up because the way game is going tonight.
Yeah. I should just leave that page open.
Seems like it.
Because I'm only rolling 3 dice for the
It's a high stress evening.
So that's what I'm debating if I need.
You gotta roll. Like, somebody's gotta do something.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes, you're gonna land with barely a sound. They're not gonna notice. When you land, however, and look around, you don't see Jay anywhere.
Jay? Dude, what do I notice from that? What?
You will, when he says what, you do see him. He pulls attention to himself. But you'll notice that the shadows are clinging to him. Like almost liquid.
Huh.
This is very familiar.
Yeah, so I've seen that trick before.
I'm gonna wrap also over myself my Vanta Black sheet.
Yeah.
You know the Vanta Black.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Vanta Black is absolute black.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It's close.
99.999 and only allowed to be owned by Anish Kapoor.
Well, okay, sorry. Musso Black, whatever.
Black 3.0.
There's an off-brand.
Black 3.0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's more than one off.
Okay, so you guys are right on the other side of the wall, way back past the gardens and all that. But how are you proceeding? Just going, just walking it.
Via Naruto run.
God damn it!
We're heading for the side entrance.
Okay, what side entrance?
Which side would be closer to the stairway to the?
If you went from where you are, if you went to the left, like around the side that you had passed to get over here, you know that would be closer to where
Okay.
the entrance to the Mithrarium is.
Yeah, that's the one we'll head for then.
Okay.
Cause got stuck in this mansion for like a month. Had plenty of time to
You did
remember
have time to check it out. So in
remember
fact,
the
I will give you a +1 to try to locate a way inside from the side. You could definitely go up the veranda where all the lights are.
Yeah, no, that's what we're trying to avoid, that attention.
Yeah, and there does seem to be, when you get closer, a lot of commotion happening. In fact, the next thing you hear is the word "Welp!"
That might be a bigger distraction than we ordered. Let's hurry.
That is actually not going to mechanically change you, but you will stop in your freaking steps, Jay. Because you know that voice. You feel that voice.
Yeah.
That is a powerful, scary vampire that you've dealt with once.
Yeah. I don't like that voice.
So you'll notice him get kind of frozen for a second. But if you want to do an investigation plus larceny.
Oh, we're on 2 skills.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah, larceny investigation.
If you want to do a intelligence plus investigation to try to find a way in, and then it's going to be dexterity plus larceny to get in.
Intelligence plus investigation plus the bonus one. Rolling 4.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. You really don't know where you can go for this. This is it's dark. It's also like there are people like walking and driving around in a golf cart, like on the property. Not a fancy golf cart. But yeah, no, there is outright security at this place, and the fact that you guys are sticking to the shadows as well as you are and have not been noticed yet has been a freaking amazing accomplishment. Do you have anything you want to add to this for Jay? Trying to find a way
looking for the
inside.
side door or...
Okay, we're looking for the side. Well, I mean, is it visible?
You haven't been able to
Darkness is
find
no impediment.
trying to find a way in has been a hard part.
Yeah.
If you want to do your own roll,
Okay.
it would be investigation. Probably for wits for you. Because I would say it would be intelligence if you had been here before, but since you
Yeah, I
haven't.
mean, I'm going... Was this on the left side of the house or the right side of the house? Is the door I'm thinking of. You also got 2.
Yeah, you're having a hard time trying to find what's going on in this place also.
I know we want to steer clear of frickin' William Oak.
Wrong game?
What? Isn't it?
You want to steer clear of William Oak?
Isn't
Henry's father? From Dungeons and
What's
Daddies?
his fucking...
Oh, yeah!
Winston Oak.
Winston Oak.
Oak.
That's right. His last name is Oak. That's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've been watching a lot of Dungeons and Daddies. Like, yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, him too, probably.
it's funny.
I mean, that was way after.
So, I guess back inside. Not
Well,
long.
you have to go in through the main doors.
Not long after he basically calls attention to himself, the
down through the
Ventrue
bridge.
Primogen steps forward and yells the word, "Whelp!" And then there's, "How dare you set foot in this sacred location, blah, 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 blah." And he is going to walk directly at you, like Juggernaut style. Like, if anybody's standing in the way, they will be knocked down. Do you react
There's
in
not
any
going to be a
fashion?
single person.
No?
looking
You're just
at
gonna-
whatever's
okay.
going on in there.
I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at the prince.
I don't think we want to do dynamic entry yet.
The prince
Jump up, come down through.
Kinda
the
like
hatch or something comes to mind.
tilts his way, or
Windows.
tilts his head away from the
Or
conversation
windows.
that he's having at the
Jumping
moment.
through the window.
He raises an eyebrow, and you kind of just detect the smallest little smirk on his face while this is happening. And as your sire is reaching his hand out and is about, you don't know if he's going to grab your shirt, you don't know if he's going to grab your face
Front of
and
your
pop
skull.
it like a grape.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly what's going to happen on there. Someone is going to run out, and it's John, the Toreador from the Penny Diners Club, and he's going to go, "Elysium Sanctuary!" And your sire is just going to stop right in his path and like just stare down.
I'm not looking at him. I'm
That
looking
Toreador.
at the prince.
And I have to do this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just roll one for each. They lock eyes. And your sire looks like if he could shoot fire out of his eyes, he would. But John's not backing down. He just stands there and goes, "There are rules for a reason, Mr. Primogen." And everybody just kind of like, oh, neonate versus... There's, like, everybody starts looking around. You hear the name Munroth spoken under breath a few times. And then, with the dead silence of the room, there's just the slow clipping of footsteps on tile as Proctor stands up, or walks up, puts his hand on your sire's arm.
I'm trying to remember.
The Lasombra dude.
Oh, okay.
The one who confronted you in the gas station. Puts his hand on your sire's arm and goes, "The child is right. Your revered Primogen." And your sire just looks like a blood vessel's about to pop in his eye. He's so angry. He's so angry. And then as this is happening, everybody just starts talking again. The music starts up again. Give me a resolve plus composure test.
Including blood or without blood?
Ooh, including blood. This isn't willpower. These are your traits.
4.
4 successes. I'm going to go ahead and let you say that you fulfilled your compulsion. You have just owned your sire in his house. That's how that's going to work.
That is some brag.
Your arrogance can die down a bit, and you can actually sit there and go, "What the hell was I thinking?" Like you can do that. Thoughts on the coterie members who are in the place?
Actually, it is just the
Good job.
coterie who's in there to
My
see.
sire, that actually went over a lot better.
Your
than I
sire
thought it was
has... Your sire's eyes are very wide. Her mouth is just agape. And her jacket, because she's wearing like a skirt suit kind of thing. Like a power suit for a businesswoman in the 80s. Her suit jacket is open, and her hand is like this, pointed towards Oak, towards the Primogen of Clan Ventru. And you can just see by the heat waves coming off her hand that she was about to do something that would have gotten her in a lot of trouble. What about Adrian?
A little bit proud of him.
Okay. A little bit proud of him, alright.
Still want to find my sire or Rose, because I've got something in mind, but
I believe with all the commotion, it should be in the front.
I'm gonna give you... Go ahead and roll your test again to see
Your
if
big
you can
two
find them.
dice.
Oh, you're just gonna have... You're gonna have to crit to get this.
Ooh, so
That's
close.
only one.
I see half.
That's 1-0.
Yeah.
so close.
They are hiding somewhere.
Good chance to get a messy game.
Oh yeah, it would end up being a messy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Stop.
The only way he can succeed is getting 4.
Stop it with the compulsion.
4 would be with the messy crit because he's rolling one hunger die and one other die.
Okay, so what are you two doing while you're outside?
No open windows.
I mean, that's what we rolled for.
Oh, okay, that was
to see
for
if
the-
you could find a way in.
Are the veranda doors open?
It's late summer going into fall. Yes, the veranda is open, letting the fresh breeze in, which is why you heard the commotion.
Makes sense.
Very large stone back porch that overlooks the garden. White people. Yeah.
Big wide patio with French doors all across it.
It's white people for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw several of these today while we were driving past Marco Island.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I guess, like I said, so we can't find the door on the side. Gonna have to go in through the back. Just slip around the corner.
You can see the veranda with the light pouring in, or just pouring out of the house onto the flagstone. You see all the people. Music is starting up again.
Yeah.
You can see that on the sides of the veranda, there are doors that lead into other rooms that are not directly open.
Awesome. We'll go through the one on the left.
Okay. You can go. I'm going to go ahead.
Basically, we're trying to get into the house on the correct side
Yes.
for the.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say that there are 4 other doors. I'm going to say 1 is towards the very end, and 4 is closer to the veranda, to the opening. So, which of those 4 doors would you be going through?
Which one would be the most logical to get to where
You want to go to the closest one?
No. For where, like I said, we're trying to get to the Mithraeum.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of those doors would be the
Closest one to the
closest
Mithraeum?
one to that?
Okay. The closest one would probably be the door right next to the open doors. Because you are going to have to walk into the busy Elysium area to get to where the Mithraeum opens up.
Okay. If we were to go in one of the other doors, would it make sense that we can kind of just come out of another room and circle in?
Probably work that out.
So, because it might be better to be coming in from, say, the billiards room. Flashback there.
I'm going to go ahead and say that there's a rumpus room towards the far end of the house so that it doesn't make too much room the rest of the house. Yeah. So yes, that's where you're going to find darts and billiards and a small little lounge. And
pretty sure that was the staging area or the...
okay, so you want to walk in through
We're
the
going
game
through
room.
that. Yeah, going through the game room.
Okay.
So...
give me a Dex plus Larceny, unless you're just, fuck it, I'm a Bruja.
We're going to start with not breaking things.
Okay. How are you opening the door?
Well, first I'm going to see if it's locked.
It's going to be locked.
I'm a powerful thumb. Press it.
Try the old credit card trick. I don't know.
Okay. You can try the old credit card trick if you want to.
Like I said, you're saying Dex plus Larceny. I'm trying to think what would work on this sort of thing. And
yeah. These are glass doors that open up.
I said, I'm trying not to break things.
I understand. I'm going to say with Wrecker.
Oh, yeah. No, with
I'm going to say I understand that Wrecker is not meant to be a careful discipline, but with Wrecker, I would just say that you could just grab the doorknob and go.
Yeah, if I can't do it the non-breaking
way,
I am just going to pop it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is no successes
That is
and a 1 on a freaking holiday. It's 2 1s and one of them's on a red die.
You know that getting into this room is what you need to do. And you've just got into that room. You took the door off. And I'm going to go ahead and roll 1 die to see if anybody noticed.
Yeah.
So this is a 50-50. No one noticed, strangely enough.
Distracted by everybody.
But you go to do the credit card thing, and
It's
your
not working.
credit card snaps,
Shoot, I need that.
and so do you. Mm-hmm. You see her carefully going in, and then you hear the clack of plastic, and then she just goes and just opens the damn thing, shattering the glass on the door, and just holding it open when she finally comes to terms with what she's done. That she's holding the door, and there's just a pile of glass on the veranda, but it's open.
I did that to a horse.
Sorry, I love it when Taneya accidentally does Bruja shit. She doesn't do it on purpose.
Is it still attached to the hinges?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you shattered the glass.
That's fine. I'm just going to shut it behind me. That's fine. It's fine. Well, no, if it wasn't attached to the hinges, we're just going to lean it carefully against the...
So as she's going in, you pick up the
against
pieces.
the door.
Okay.
I
We're
didn't
not
do
leaving
this.
pieces of a numbered credit card.
Understood.
How did that get there?
I was grabbing those.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so you're inside the rumpus room of the... Why are you laughing? That's what this is. You're inside the game room. We'll put it that way. It's a big fancy game room with a big tournament style billiards table in the center of it. It's dark in here.
I said, I'm 90% sure that it was the billiards room that the ritual targets were meeting in before the ritual in the Mithraeum. So I definitely know my way from here.
That's true.
I'm just focused on let's move reasonably quietly, but incredibly quickly out of here in case somebody did hear.
Okay.
Agreed. Yeah, this way. So yeah,
Because I don't know that nobody heard that.
Go fast and casual.
Let's go faster.
play casually.
Think of wits and awareness. Since you're actively looking around the house.
Since you're specifically paying attention.
Well, since you're specifically looking for something, there is something that's about to happen that you might catch.
That's almost
You're trying not to piss yourself.
Four
Thomas is trying not to piss himself. And
Not really,
I'm
but
trying not to laugh hysterically.
4 successes. There's a point, a couple minutes after the show, while you're still like, where the fuck is my sire? Where the hell is Rose? That sitting in a corner in a very nice Louis XIV style armchair, sitting with like one leg crossed over the other, just reading a newspaper. That guy that stopped his sire from attacking, not the kid, but the one who backed the kid up. First off, you're going to notice that he has like very ornate crosses tattooed on the back of his hands. And he's just sitting there reading a newspaper, and then he's just going to close it, tilt his head a little bit, stand up, and walk off. Do you follow him with your gaze, or...
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's going to walk over to the prince and whisper something into the prince's ear. Prince is going to get a cat ate the canary grin on his face, and they're both going to just separate and walk in different directions. The prince apologizing to the mayor that he has to go handle something. Now that you're back in that shadow-filled room.
So what are the acoustics like in this?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. This room is so set up to just bring in the noise, but it's also set up to flow outwards. So, like, when the music is playing, if you were outside, it would just seem to come from the house. In fact, there's something about this house that you can tell that it has some type of enhancement. That being in here is very pleasant. Even after you guys get in, you two are going to feel that it's very pleasant to be inside this house. You kind of want to be in this house.
So, if I need to make a roll for this, that's fine. If I wanted to publicly lodge a grievance
You're still dealing with
to
the compulsion.
the prince, what would the proper protocol be?
Okay, if you wanted to speak with the prince in any fashion, you would have to speak with your primogen. Your primogen would have to speak to the prince, and then the prince would either relay a message back to you through the primogen, or you might be able to meet with the prince themselves. You typically don't approach the prince unless you're a member of the city council. you are typically in the best position for this due to the fact that your sire is a primogen.
Right.
There used to be a merit called like prestigious sire, and that's pretty much where you would fall in. You're also in another situation that's very good, is that the shadow of your coterie is the seneschal, who is the second in command of the prince. So you actually have two ways of...
Right.
If you can find them.
So at this point,
Feel bad.
At this point, I'm shooting them both a text separate, not
Not making a group chat, got it.
not making a group chat of this.
Okay.
But I'm shooting them each a text going, I am here at court. I need to have a word with you before I proceed.
Okay. How far in between do you think those texts are?
A couple of minutes.
A couple minutes apart? Okay. And I assume your sire first, followed by... Okay. As you are texting the second text, you are going to get a text back from your sire telling you to walk past the bar, and there is a small bar set up in one corner of the room. And if you look over there, you see there is a door open, and your sire is sticking her head out the door.
Head over.
Okay. You get in that room, and it's an office. It's a circular room. And it is ridiculously decorated, like in the finest of fine. There is a mural on the ceiling of some mythic legend. Do you have academics on your sheet? I will give you academics or occult, your choice. If you have either.
I have occult, and actually academics is not a skill on this sheet.
No?
Nope.
It should be.
No.
It's the...
Oh.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a different-
Top of the third.
Oh, he's...
Okay.
You don't have one, though.
No, it's there. I was looking at wrong column.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
the mental
alphabetical.
column, yeah.
So be occult and what?
Okay. Occult and intelligence.
And you probably...
3?
3 successes. Holy
No,
shit.
that's 2.
No.
That was a 5.
Right.
Yeah, it's 6
6
and a
and a
half.
half.
8 and a 0 is 2.
Okay, 2 successes.
You were in the basement of Victor Loretta's place, too, and saw the statue.
You're gonna see a lot of similar, icons that you did in that basement. You're not gonna exactly know what it is, but there's something about almost like a Herculean figure who's fighting a bull.
Lots of suns.
And the very center of it is a light that is just golden. The glass is golden, and it has these rays and filigreed swirls off to the side where it's very obviously the sun. But when you get in here, it's your sire and Rose are both in here.
Okay. So if I got the response from my sire before
Yeah,
getting the second one, while I was still typing the second one, that second
you
one.
wouldn't have sent it. Yeah, no. I figured, and that's why I was asking how long. You actually... Your sire is going to run up to you, and when you walk in and the door shuts, she's going to run up to you, hug you, and just be relieved that you're okay. You're like, oh good, he got you out. What are you doing here? Rose is actually going to walk up while you're looking for the words and go, are you here with With your coterie?
I did not come with them.
Okay.
Making sure to emphasize that. While we might be in the same building, I did not arrive.
Sydney and Thomas, whatever the fuck he's wearing. Sydney and Thomas walked into the house with the mayor.
Huh. I did not come in that route. So I don't know.
Your sire, Catherine, is going to turn back from looking at Rose to you and go, are you here to help with Merrick's plan?
What is Merrick's plan? Because I don't think I've heard.
She has,
You never came back to the group!
she has a look on her face of, God, I can't tell you. Are you here on behalf of James Merrick?
I'm trying to remember if
I don't know if you've even met Merrick.
I don't think I've met Merrick.
And you didn't come back to the group, so Tinia couldn't tell you about the plan that she had discussed with Rose.
Well, the original idea
Yeah,
was
Merrick.
them to get that key, come pick you guys up, and sneak you all in through the basement.
Then everything went to hell.
Okay. What?
Oh wow, is that a record? Did our plan fall apart
Before you got
we
here.
before we left the building?
Yeah,
we were
before we
planning it in?
actually set the plan into motion, yes.
And
Before we
this time,
packed.
no.
yeah, before we
hookers.
packed.
All right, hookers.
So,
Yeah.
what are you doing here tonight?
We need work on the pre-feeding stage, so.
I wanted to file a formal complaint against the Ventru Primogen. Publicly.
Okay. Meaning?
Meaning he breached the masquerade in my territory when he assaulted my coterie mate.
Okay. Rose is going to interject here. Okay, you have a valid complaint, but let's take this into consideration. Take out the masquerade breaching thing. He did not breach the masquerade. He went through incredibly high stakes to make sure that did not happen. Now, it was within your territory, however.
He didn't breach the masquerade.
Domain.
Did they get
Domain, no.
domain? Did they get rid of all the vagrants and homeless that are in my domain?
Yes.
That
For
was
those-
what cops were doing.
For those 4 blocks of space, yes, they did.
See, all I had heard was that they had the police keeping people from coming in.
All humans were removed from the area. Listen, neither of us condone anything that Oak did. Which is why Billy and Rhino helped keep the rest of the members of the Ivory Tower away while that was happening. But unfortunately, you don't have a masquerade complaint here. Another thing is that you can definitely bring this up to the prince. We can make sure that happens, but his child was in that territory, which means he can claim domain over that child. Thomas was under effect of a blood hunt at the time, and that means your claim to domain is not going to mean anything.
Quick clarification.
Yes.
When when my sire first told me about what happened, did she mention something about news reports of car engine ending up?
No, there was a nasty car wreck. That was the report.
There was
on the news.
there was a report of a car accident, of a wreck, but everything was cleaned up.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure I remembered that part correctly.
Yeah. If anything, the mayor's office has turned this into a cracking down on speeders.
And then, so that idea is out. However, we do have another concern.
Yes.
The fact that the cops wanted to hold me till lunch. I know I haven't done anything to give myself away. So, how would they know what I am?
I do not know. That is something that we're going to have to talk to the prince about. Because if there is a police officer at that precinct that...
3 of them.
Three police officers? Okay, well, if there are police at that precinct, they might be left over from the CERT organization. And if they are left over from the CERT organization, that might be something that we have to deal with. We're going to have to work with Mason. Have you met Mason yet? We'll have to work with Mason. He is the kindred that we can get in contact with most of the police issues about. So that is something that we can deal with. This is not something that obviously we can just sweep under the rug. Because if there's police out there that know that we exist and they're not under our control, then that's dangerous for all of us.
And if they happen to be under our control?
If they happen to be under our control, it means that somebody was pulling strings to mess with you and your coterie on purpose.
And unless someone is actively defying the prince, that would be him.
Possibly. So as you guys are working your way past that room, so it's just in one room, so I gotta get you guys out of there.
Yep.
You guys are in the game room.
Yep,
in
we're
the dark.
in the process of
Skedaddling.
sneaking out.
Okay. How are you working this out?
Just trying to be casual at this stage.
You're just gonna try to open the door quietly and...
Yeah, like, if there's not too many people looking at us, just like...
Okay.
It's Elysium. People sometimes
going-
go off to have conversations.
True.
You're going casual?
We're going casual. Yeah, at this stage, we're wanting to blend in.
Okay, so you're taking off your
Vanta Black.
your
Yeah.
Fanta Black cloak. And what about your other cloak?
I mean, that doesn't cost a rouse check to raise. I just have to...
Okay, so are you dropping the shadows then?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't have any.
I
have no disciplines active, so.
Okay, so
casualing.
what I need is a composure plus stealth roll from the both of you. And what are you wearing there? You wearing your mole man getup?
Slightly darker than
Black.
this orange, but that's
Okay.
okay.
You
No,
are
not
gonna-
black anymore. That's the one that got covered in
No,
horse
those-
blood.
The gold one's covered in horse blood.
You're down one dice because you're gonna stick
You
out
stick-
like a sore thumb wearing
Cool.
that. So go ahead and composure plus stealth.
3 successes.
Okay, you
Yeah, down.
blend. Like nobody notices you as you're just kind of going. How about Jay? She's throwing one dice at a time.
I think that's a rouse check happening.
Oh, good, good.
And that was a willpower right there.
I got 2.
2? Okay. Okay. Can I get you two to throw a wits and awareness for me? That is Thomas and Sydney who are throwing a wits and awareness. I gotta not think that people are seeing what's happening.
One success.
One success. Okay, so you guys are oblivious with everything that's going on. You are getting daggers shot at you from your sire's eye from across the room. Yes.
I'm just gonna literally give him my back and just start going to grab a drink.
Yeah. You two seem to be able to get where you need to go without much of an issue, however. So Tinia and Jay just sneak out of that room, and there's so much commotion going on concerning what's happening.
Distraction worked perfectly.
that you're able to get into that other room.
Yeah, at least the stairs.
Yeah. The other room that you go into, it's like 2 doors down on the other side of the hall. And when you get down there, it's the most Mithric symbol library style room that you've ever seen. And you know exactly where you're supposed to go. You move the bowl on the fireplace mantle, and the back of the fireplace opens up, and it's just big enough for you guys to walk in, slightly ducking, and it leads down to those stairs, which go down and curve and go straight back the other way and just go. And you're well aware that when you get down there, you see this very large round room. You see the moonlight coming through the glass that's underneath the pond in the middle of the garden in the backyard. And it's empty. It's an empty circular room. There's still Mithric symbols and statuary all over the place.
Looks unused for a long time.
It does not look unused.
Okay.
But it does look like... It does look like it hasn't been touched tonight. You don't... There's no... The smell of blood and incense is heavy in the air, but nothing's that fresh. You can see the spots on the floor where the large stone sarcophagus were that you laid in all those nights ago. Mm-hmm. This being in this room probably brings back a lot of memories, and both of you are going to start experiencing something that's akin to an anxiety attack when you're in here. So I need a resolve and composure as you guys come into sight of this room. There's going to be 2 different reasons why this is happening.
No, last time I was down here with this safe, had the head of Valerius in my bag, and it ended up with quite the confrontation.
Yeah.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. You're going to be able to hold it together, but there's a voice in the back of your head who's near hysterical. And Tony is not handling this very well.
Yeah.
He feels trapped. He feels violated. He remembers how accepting and how safe he felt under Mithros's care. He remembers the feeling of, and 2 thoughts merge at one time. You start thinking against your own will about when you met up with a young man in the city at one point by the name of Rowan. And at the same time, the name Roger de Camden comes to mind.
I remember showing Rowan.
You realize at this point in time that Roger de Camden, the patter of the entire cult
this
of
phone
Mithras,
number I freaking had,
is Rowan. You know that Roger de Camden is Rowan. You know his face. You know his mannerisms.
I played tour guide to him for a week.
Yeah. You know he was in your city.
Yeah.
and the feeling of possibly being blamed. It's not even just your feelings, but it's the feeling of possibly being
This
blamed.
is my fault. This.
But the feeling of betrayal that they may feel towards Tony is affecting you.
Yeah.
How'd you do? 2?
You just rolled 2s today.
I imagine this is a loud place.
This is a very loud place. And...
Uh-oh. I think I know what's coming.
I'm sending you a message.
Well,
I was about to say, there's no radios down here as far as I know. Yeah, I'm keeping an...
You ready to role play?
Oh boy, we'll find out.
Like you have your script.
208. At least that's where they start. So as you're going through this, there's a bit of commotion happening behind you.
And this is why I was saying Tinia might actually be a liability on this mission.
Punch first, ask questions later.
But I haven't had anything for that to respond to yet.
Well, you know why you're here.
Yeah, okay. When we walked in, and you said the room's, like, cleared?
It's it's not clear. It's just that those sarcophagus that you had, like
There's statues.
that were in that one Halloween game, they're not
yeah.
there. So it's just a smooth surface. It's a big circular round room.
It's been cleaned since that ritual.
Yes.
Yeah, but there is stuff in here.
Yes,
Statues
lots.
and
Okay.
There's statue. There's ritual accoutrement. There's lots of supplies. There's workspaces. It looks like there might be like 6 or 7 small workspaces set up.
Okay, but we're here to find whatever it is that you
the Venetian.
know. Oh, that fucking
Yeah.
thing. And you know where that is. I have no idea where that is.
All you've heard from Tinia is that it's in a safe. That she knows where it is. That's what she said in the past.
Well, you don't seem to be diving straight into action, so it's time to start minutely picking this room apart.
Okay, so the moment you step off the stairs into the actual circular chamber of the room, all of the torches alight. Just... There's 13 torches total.
Would Sense the Unseen help with avoiding it? I'm just thinking like spotting
Sense the
wards and
Unseen
stuff like
is
that.
going to be so freaking hard to use in this place because
figured.
everything is glowing.
Yeah. Fair.
There's so much magic in this room.
I figured as much as more of the don't step on that tile. It's definitely been
Your
warded,"
sire,
sort of thing.
as you're upstairs, I don't know why I cannot remember Sydney. While you're upstairs with your sire, Sydney.
Just put on an Australian accent.
I keep wanting to call you Sullivan. I don't know why. But as Sydney is standing there with his sire and they're having a conversation about what's going on and all this other stuff, she goes, "Uh-oh."
I'm gonna look at her very puzzled.
Your friends might need that distraction now.
Okay, where do I need to go?
You need to keep... Nobody... She's just going to look down a hallway and be like, nobody needs to go over there. Like, nobody needs to go to the north wing of the house.
Okay.
He's drinking.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Probably his third blood tuning cup.
You're mixing that with alcohol?
I have to. That's the only way I can drink it.
I think somebody would have to call that to your attention.
Yeah.
Because I see people do that in real life.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
distraction.
That just
Another one.
kicked off something I remember from prior
Yeah.
discussions.
Yeah, I think somebody would have to call it to your attention for you to notice.
Okay.
So is that something that you're doing?
That seems like something that might be part of this, yeah.
Okay.
Piss him off. Make him fritzy. In case you're wondering, mouthing over to him.
You're telling him to piss his sire off. Frenzy and Elysium.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because his sire can't touch him here.
I mean, that's
That's a dangerous game
it's
to
nice
play.
to see that people think the rules are that strong. But alright.
That's very much something.
I'm gonna be needing this
It won't,
one.
it won't take much to piss him off. I mean, him just being here pisses him off.
That's
enough.
very true. That's very true.
He just needs a little.
A little nudge and he'll
Yeah.
You owe me for this one.
Yep.
You know, just jugs it down.
Remind him how his sire was created.
I don't understand why everybody thinks that's a thing. Like,
What?
I went 20 years with people knowing about that, and no one has ever actually fucking obsessed over it. The fact that
And then isn't it so humiliating that all the neonates are giggling about it now?
It's like over 200 years, and you guys are just now snickering about that shit.
Hey, it's bound to happen eventually.
Only the
Was it?
people of laughing at him are laughing.
Look who you're dealing with.
Bunch of neonates, that's why. They're like 13-year-olds.
Yeah, I was gonna
Start
say,
walking
bunch of
towards him.
neonates with the maturity level of
You start
13
walking
year-olds.
towards your sire.
With a literally a cup in my hand.
Okay. There's a very tall, broad-shouldered, older man who intercepts, doesn't step in front of you, but steps to the side and just slightly blocks your path and puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, "Do you really think that's a good idea?" And it's your grandsire.
Do it.
I just want a word with Pops. I'm looking at him when I say Pops.
Oh, this one. just
Looking
got
like
you.
that,
Kind of a short notice.
we're a proud people. Put on your armor.
I am wearing it. What are you wearing?
He tried. He can't. I can't talk to somebody like that who's wearing Crocs. Eddie.
Are they in attack mode or casual mode?
I'm talking.
Speed mode.
The
sport mode.
Croc.
No. There's
Casual.
Ah, you did.
Ugh.
there's
There's a magical thing called a chancla.
Oh, okay.
That was on Crocs.
Easy throwing.
Oh, you can still use them to smack somebody.
Oh, I know. I've accidentally
She's gone
crashed my
in
bike and
casual
seen it
mode
go
because it's
straight
easier
up and
to
do
throw.
3
I
flips and
can't
come
wait
back
until
down.
the primogen of Clan Venger gets smacked with a croc.
If he's not already frenzied,
he's not in
I
frenzy,
guarantee
he will
you
be,
that
guaranteed.
Loretta is going to look down at you, shake his head, and go, "You had promise," and walk away.
Ooh,
Ow.
burn.
In fact, give me a resolve and composure from him saying that to you.
You don't know me, old man.
Oh, one more. 3 successes.
3 successes. Take a willpower of damage. Because you realize
social combat, we haven't had that in
A little bit.
ages.
you realize that what he said actually kind of hurts. That you are standing here in a t-shirt and Crocs and shorts in the middle of Elysium, and no matter how well you come out of this, you're always going to be remembered for socially attacking your sire wearing that. Like, when you look back on this fond
I
memory,
can't take all the credit.
When you look back on this fond
Yes.
memory, this is what you're wearing. Continue.
Clothes make the man. after all.
If the clothes
So,
can make a man, they can unmake.
Pops.
You're
Josiah
going.
turns around and he looks you up and down and goes, Anarch gutter trash.
Oh, just that look in your face just wanting to kill me so bad and you can't. Oh, that's perfect.
I'll look over at my sire and how would it be a good time for us to go downstairs?
I'm gonna need you to pay
She
for
is
work in my
gonna.
apartment.
Everybody has now turned to face what's happening here because there does seem to be some type of social combat. Your sire will lead you around the room and downstairs. So there is commotion outside that room. Your sire and Rose want to see what's going on. Rose is going to get up and walk out. Your sire will take your lead.
This is going to be rough to watch.
Okay? Your sire will take that as walking out too. Your sire is going to walk out. So the three of you, Rose, your sire, and Rose, Catherine, and you are all standing behind the bar where there is a ghoul who has forgotten to stop pouring
Straight up.
without looking. Rose just kind of looks over, puts her finger on the bottle, and starts pushing it down so that it stands back up and stops spilling out onto the floor.
So hard
Like-
to get blood out of the marble.
Offers to come to.
The music has now gone to a tense. Like, they're playing up to the scene at this point in time.
You guys have
It's
background
like
music.
This is like the band on the Titanic. We're going to keep playing while the ship is going down.
Oh no, this is more like a live orchestra at the movies. So.
Everybody is standing around, and there's a good 10-foot diameter circle that's just completely empty except for this Ventrue standoff that's happening in the center. And your sire will look down at you and goes, "You will have to leave the Elysium eventually.
Eventually.
And I will use everything within my power."
You mean using my money?
You are not the only source of income I have, Runt.
And still, you have to be such a bottom feeder to embrace me to have my money? And this is like psychological intimidation.
Okay. You want to attack him? Let's do this. I have his character sheet. Right
Honestly, I feel like there's about to be some dice being rolled.
Hey, everybody, this is the combat that's allowed in Elysium.
Yeah.
Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Then
Oh,
5 more dice.
All right, so what are you doing?
It's just a social challenge.
Oh, here he is. Winston. Okay, what kind of? Are you being manipulative?
Yeah.
Are you...
Pretty much, I'm manipulating the scene to like publicly humiliate him.
Okay. Manipulation...
Performance?
Intimidation, because I do have psychological intimidation.
Leadership would even work for this one, to an extent.
Persuasion, potentially, if you're trying to sway the crowd. That's what I was saying, performance.
A performance would work really well too, but
Pick what you're using.
I'm using intimidation.
And I'm going to go ahead and give him 1 hunger. All right. He is... What are you saying?
Pretty much what I just said to him. You have to be such a bottom feeder. Sorry. Such a bottom feeder of a venture to embrace me and get my money.
You left the Camarilla. You will not be welcome anywhere unless you stay within the Ivory Tower. Coercion. Ooh, fuck.
wow.
Peanut burn. I'm gonna burn a willpower and reroll these. Yeah, it's a little better.
No, it's not. Well, not for him at least.
That is 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes.
Fuck yeah.
11 successes.
Good lord.
You called into question the competency of this man's checkbook, huh?
No, it wasn't the checkbook. It was how desperate
that's
he
a
was.
crit. Is 1, 2, 3.
That there's 3 crit.
Oh,
Yeah, there's 3
He
zeros,
called
so
in
that's 1
two.
crit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this dice to see what happens.
Yes.
Okay.
That's either a really good thing or a really bad one.
It's gonna be entertaining.
So,
Good point.
mechanically,
Do you have a
I won't
character
be
backup
taking that.
character?
mechanically speaking, let me just explain what happened. You dealt 6 willpower damage to your sire, who has 6 willpower.
Oh!
So,
That's gonna now you start going to ag willpower damage.
your sire is going. His eye is going to start twitching, and his left eye, his right eye starts twitching, and his left eye actually starts to turn blood red, like the white of his eye, and a little bit of blood actually comes from the corner of his eye, and as his entire body seems to be lost in this look of complete and utter hatred, you're going to notice that his fangs are going to distend. And your taller sire than you is going to start taking a crouched pose. And he is going to...
Fury Frenzy, I'm guessing?
first, he's going to... First, he's going to enact Daunt. In Elysium, he's enacting Daunt. So I need to get a Composure plus Resolve. Actually, is it...
Actually, I might have that still up.
It's like the one discipline I didn't put on a sheet.
It's, no, that's to Intimidation.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of your defense.
Presence. Daunt. Attacking the... You will have to make a resolve plus composure roll.
That's what I thought.
To attack him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
To
It basically what it does is it creates a threatening aura, powerful enough to make...
there's no test.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's free.
So
If you're wanting to attack him, though, you have to make a check.
He instantaneously activates Daunt, and everybody else in the room takes about 2 steps past behind him. And as he goes to lunge at you, growling like an animal,
Oh, the dignitas.
what would you do as you see him fling himself? How would you respond?
Like he's launching at me?
Yeah. Just like...
Pounce.
Publicly?
Yeah.
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 Your sire is now in full frenzy in the middle of Elysium.
I'm gonna try to step to the side, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you fucking get.
Okay.
That's a dodge.
You're going to try to step to the side. Go ahead and do a dodge. So that's going to be Dex plus Athletics. I just got to leave this fucking page up.
You're attacking his status points.
And he is going to be attacking you with...
Try strength plus brawl.
Strength
This is
plus
a
brawl, yeah.
grapple sort of situation.
He is going to try to grapple at you. Yes.
So, when his sire lunges at him,
Yeah.
I'm going to instinctively step in between that and my sire.
Okay.
Just,
You're getting a meat shield.
Are you being the meat shield?
What did you roll?
Or using your sire as the meat shield?
He's re-rolling some.
I'm being the meat shield.
Okay. That's what I thought.
3 successes.
3 successes. 3 successes. Ty goes to the active kindred. He is going to outwardly just tackle on you. So you are going to take 1 super physical
I'm
damage.
still gonna be saying it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you get when you break rules.
Yeah. And okay, so that's
And suddenly, many things happened at once. I'm trying to remember what book that line's from now.
I mean, that's how Jason Carl runs combat. Many things happen at once.
I feel like it's a Terry Pratchett line, though.
Oh, good.
Like a year.
So he jumps on you and attacks, and you say that, and he's frothing at the mouth. And just as his fangs are about to dig into you, this whip of just tendril, just darkness, just wraps around his face. He's biting at it. It's in his mouth. And then you actually see his eyes go wide as tendrils start to sprout from his nose, out of his mouth, and just wrap him up, and then just start beating him on the tile to the point where it starts to crack.
Am I like, did he let go or?
He's off of you at the moment. How do you handle this?
I'm just looking, like I'm sitting and looking down on him.
Okay. He is becoming less and less visible as what appears to be an invisible spider is just spinning him up in a tendril of webbing that seems to be coming from the shadows of the pillars in the room, from underneath the tables, the shadows of other kindred, just like wrapping him up and then held aloft above the entire dance floor.
Hey guys, the keeper's here.
As he gets lifted up, Proctor is just sitting there shaking his head no at him. That's not how we act in Elysium.
Guys, we have a pinata.
Another Ventru Pinata.
Oh lord.
And then,
Elysium.
do you have anything to
Does it have to
say?
happen every
So
time?
how does it feel to
Like,
get
it seems to
a
be a
public
common
spanking?
thing.
He's still just growling and roaring, and then he's just going to be ripped out of the room, up over the balconies of the second floor, and then you're just going to hear silence as a door slams.
Been put on timeout on the balcony.
No, he's upstairs, like in another room.
Still in timeout.
Oh, the scandal.
Downstairs. Okay, so your sire and you go down this creepy staircase
Through the back of the fireplace.
through the back of a fireplace,
One reason I went social.
and
Oh, good lord.
as you get down there, what do we see?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm searching the place, floor to ceiling, muttering to myself.
What's an awareness? The muttering.
Mutter.
Tinia's
That's
going.
the other two.
Oh.
Because Jay seems to have lost whatever sense he has.
3
All
successes.
half of it.
3 successes.
Yep.
2 successes.
2 successes. Jay seems to be going back and forth between speaking perfectly fine and speaking in tongues. You, however, recognize the fact that Jay is going back and forth speaking fine and speaking in Latin.
Great.
So what is he saying, by the way?
What are you saying? Because someone here can speak Latin.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Well, I mean, what kind of good Tremere does not... what kind of Tremere does not have Latin on this sheet?
A dumb one?
Touche.
A lot of it's unprintable Latin. Where do these giant assholes keep the books? What kind of a pigsty is this? This is all wrong. No, this goes over here. Adjust. There's a safe.
It's like he's like being a
I were-
librarian.
If I were a mouth
slob of a pig swine child thing. I keep it safe.
What?
Under here, it's incredibly foul.
I'll have to put it through a recording.
Okay. As the censored Latin is going off in the background, and your sire and you both see what's going on as Tinia and Jay are just ransacking and fixing the place up. How do you? What are you?
I'm going towards I remember the safe being the cubby.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna attempt.
I broke into this thing in the past.
See if I can get it through. Sixth sense.
What are you doing?
Using the Auspex premonition.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to see if I can get a vision of where that jar got put.
What is your focus?
Specifically the jar.
Just the idea of the jar?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, mosquito. Not Mothra, but a regular mosquito. Okay, so go ahead and roll for premonition.
Three successes.
Cool. So, your premonition. So, there's a spot in this room which your premonition will lead you directly to. I will get to that in a second. But as you think about it, shadow gushes out of it. Like the elevator full of blood in The Shining. Just shadow just gushes out of it and just constricts the entire area. And as the shadow overtakes the entire room, the song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" roars in your head in the most demonic voice.
No.
Don't demonetize the channel.
Dude, this fucking game is demonetized.
Okay.
Unless you're actually going to be narrating for this season.
Yeah.
Well, earlier, but I actually had that queued up.
Which I actually do hope you do, actually. I do like that way better.
But as that happens, there's also this spidery shadow creature with extremely long talons with blood dripping from its mouth that crawls out from this location as well at the same time as the song starts pulling up, and it has this like overly feminine look to it.
Oh no.
And you are going to snap out of it knowing exactly where this safe is. Where towards the back of the room is a shelf that looks like it has a very interesting looking relief, same thing, man with the bull kind of thing, that opens. While you have that in mind, you are walking directly over to it, knowing exactly what's going on. When you see them heading towards that spot, you only know of one thing that should be in there, and they are not allowed to place their profane hands on it.
Oh, shit. Latin or English?
Latin.
Keep your damn dirty mitts away from that, you interloping pervert.
Your sire's like, excuse me?
Response in Latin, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, did that actually stop? Does it?
You are going to stop in your tracks and realize that he spoke to you in Latin and you understood it.
What?
And also, you don't understand why you just yelled at Sydney about touching it and why you called him a pervert. Your phone has the best timing.
What?
I'm ignoring whatever they're
Alright,
doing.
well, I'm going over to the safe.
Okay. You know that opening it would most likely be a bad idea.
Don't. If we open this, something bad is going to happen.
Looking at the
Oh, did you find it?
safe
I found this.
with
I
Since
know
the
the safe.
Unseen.
Okay.
There's something.
There's a very
I
powerful
saw
radiation coming off of it.
something about shadows and spider-looking thing. I don't know. It was some weird vision I got when I walked in here.
Okay, shadows makes a lot of sense. This thing is connected with the whole, Shadowlands.
Your sire. There's just this woman down here you've never seen.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And also, who's she?
My sire.
We cannot stay out here for
Yeah,
long.
we
Gore
need to
will be
get
here
it.
soon.
It cannot stay.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah, terrible things can happen with this thing. That's why we're getting our hands on it.
Okay. I've given you my warning,
Is that
but
a one-time response, or does that keep resurging?
I'm going to.
You have it in your head.
Okay, so that doesn't abate when they stop.
Now you're just confused.
Okay.
You,
Confused.
now you're noticing it.
Confused is workable.
Yeah.
Open the door.
I'm not going to stop her.
She presses in on it and it swings free. And there is this black urn that looks like it's made out of charred clay. Like somebody had made an urn and torched it.
All right.
Raku fired almost.
Yeah.
All right. We need to get this thing the fuck out of here now. How'd you guys get in? Obviously not through the front.
Hop the wall in the back.
Okay. Can you get this thing out to the back? Can we agree to meeting place after this?
Do you know where the rec center is?
The rec center.
I shouldn't be hearing this. And she's going to run. So up the stairs your sire goes.
Okay.
Do you know where? It's in your guys' territory.
Okay.
The rec center.
Is that where
Adrian knows where it is?
Billy and
No, I don't know where Billy is. Oh wait, no, she did.
I
she
was
did
thinking
meet
where
up with
Billy and Rhino work out.
No, it's not there. Talk to Adrian. He knows.
Do I know Adrian? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Yeah.
It's okay, dude. I keep trying to call you Solomon.
Or Sully.
All right. Either way, we'll meet back up.
Meet there. This is a really bad idea.
Okay.
I'm pulling out the jar.
Okay. You touch it, and just instant knowing what this thing is capable of floods you.
I had
You
some idea in the
instantly
past.
know what this thing is capable of, and what kind of damage this thing has done. But you are holding the jar, the Venetian jar, that
Venetian
caused
jar.
every problem with the three-face killer.
Uh-huh. I am well aware of that.
All right. So I'm going to close the safe.
Okay.
And Jay pulls his goggles down, turns around, and says,
Alright.
"Can you? I can't touch that.
Your
Can't touch that.
Alright.
Put this."
You're Vanta Black.
No, he's holding out a piece
Alright.
of putty with a little cylinder stuck on the bottom.
Guys, we need to
on
hurry.
On the bottom, or inside, out of sight.
Take whatever it is he's handing me.
Okay.
I don't know what he's handing me.
It's a little, looks like a big watch coin battery stuck to a sticky putty of some sort of a beige color. But he didn't explain what it is, and it's not marked.
Does this watch coin battery look like it might be a detonator of some sort?
It's plausible, actually.
Okay, yeah, especially I hung out around Sam long enough.
Well,
And I saw the C4
Sam
in the bottom of your
Sam
van.
could make a damn detonator look like anything.
Can we go?
Give me something. Give me the something black, some cape or something to wrap this up in. Yeah, wrapping it up, hiding
Okay.
the jar. I've not stuck the putty to it.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's go.
Before we go, my phone number, blah, 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 blah. And just
Okay.
Cool.
in
So
case anything happens.
then the three of you are just bolting up the stairs.
Yeah, we're heading up the stairs. Close the fireplace behind us.
Okay. So back up at the top.
We got what we came here
You
for.
saw this whole event happen where there was the Venture Primogen was tied up in just tendrils of shadow and then dragged off screaming into the recesses of the house.
Wherever you did put that putty, it's got about a minute before it hardens up and adheres permanently to it.
I might be losing some pocket lint.
You might be losing a pocket permanently.
Yeah, and half a credit card.
So, yeah, there you go.
All right. So how are you handling this?
Well, when his sire went to attack him, I stepped in.
In between your sire and them. Yeah.
I'm going to look.
Your sire lovingly hugs you. Because Catherine's just that way. It's very interesting because when you catch her losing her composure, like for anything, if she gets frightened, if you surprise her with a loving act, kind of like what you just did, she loses all sense of the nobility that she had, and she just slips into this like, oh darling, like she just goes southern, like the French goes away and the Texan comes out, like that's just. She has like such a very strong female redneck voice, like when you catch her off guard.
So I feel that it is safe to say that Clan Ventures got some cleaning up to do. We might be able to use this later.
She just looks nervous. There's only one other one who could be the Venture Primogen.
Technically, he has an even better claim.
You have never heard her say a profanity, but she goes, fuck. And you see your sire ripped away.
I immediately turn to everybody and just make about saying, I am sorry for the unsightly view that you had to witness, but even a beaten dog has fangs.
You're going to have an internal tap on the shoulder.
Knock, knock.
Like somebody's going to get your attention in your head. And when you look up at a set of double doors on the other side of the room, smiling, standing there, leaning on a walking stick, standing next to the mayor, is Darian King, who, when you look up at him, smiles, nods, and opens a door and offers you to come in.
Start walking towards them.
And he shuts the door behind you, the three of you, as you all walk in. I'm calling post right now. As you run up into a room filled with shadow.
Oh, shoot.
I'm calling post right now. As you walk into a room full of shadow. And everything's just going to go black. And that is where we're ending tonight.
Fuck.
I know the name of the episode, Fade to Black.
Oh no, this isn't a
This is different.